The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Should the Jets draft Tyler Warren? Daniel Jeremiah says they absolutely should. We'll talk about what he said, plus more on the Jets ahead of free agency on Monday. ASMANIAC Madness also continues. We the people. Rob from Glenhead, today's matchup. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, here on a Thursday, show number 2 on the day. If you missed it earlier, the Matt O'Leary joined me in what was an awesome show, so check that out if you're seeking more Jet content. We are presented today by Huga House. Get a Huga House hat, 15% off when you use promo code ASMAN. That's my last name if you don't know that by now, at checkout. If you want to save 20%, click the link in the description and get yourself a fresh hat from Huga House. Lot to talk about with the Jets. Of course, free agency is starting Monday, so there's going to be a lot of players that are connected to the Jets, and we'll find out whether or not they're actually going to sign said players. But I want to focus on the number 7 pick here to start off this show, because for the first time in my lifetime, I am truly open to the idea of the New York Jets taking a tight end in the top 10. In the past, when people have suggested taking a tight end, I didn't believe in it. Last year, it's not that I didn't think Brock Bowers was not worthy of being a top pick. I felt like offensive line was too big of a need. And you know what? If you could ask me if I would do it over again, would I still take Olu Fashanu? I would. So I have no issue with that pick. They need Olu at left tackle going forward, regardless who the quarterback is. But you look at this draft, and once you get past the first couple of players, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, you really start to go down the list and go, okay, who are the guys that are just great football players? Like if you're Darren Muji and you're Aaron Glenn, you got to hit on this pick. I think it sets the tone for your organization. Joe Douglas's first ever draft pick was a major flop in Mekhi Becton. The Jets for years were trying to make up for that mistake, and seemingly they finally did on Olu Fashanu. But the problem with Olu, and it's not his fault, is that because of all the other mistakes the Jets made, trying to make up for the fact they missed on Mekhi Becton, they had to sign Tyron Smith, and then, well, he can't stay healthy, so they have to take Olu. They tried it with George Fant. They try it with Dwayne Brown, and you're always chasing that mistake. So, I look at this number 7 pick, and you're hoping the Jets aren't picking in the top 10 for a while, but who knows? Like, get a really good football player. And the more I watch Tyler Warren and the fact that this tight end situation for the Jets is not very good, you bring in a guy that is a great run blocker. The thing he raved the most about at the combine is that his favorite thing to do is block. He wears the number 44 because his dad was showing him who John Riggins was growing up and said, play like that guy. So I'm certainly open to the New York Jets taking Tyler Warren because I think talent-wise, once you get past some of those quote-unquote blue chippers, he's right there with any of them. And then you're looking at, some of the other options there. I don't know if any of those other options are like, yep, you got to do it. Like, there's no, got to make that pick if you're the Jets in this year's draft. You're not all in to try and win like you were last year, where, you had to get an offensive lineman, in my opinion. And you're not picking far enough or high enough to get, Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. And look, full disclosure, I would love Mason Graham, but I don't know if Mason Graham's going to be there. And I'm looking at Jeremiah's big board, right? He has Mason Graham as his number 4 rated player. So obviously, if he's there at 7, great, take him. I've been big on trying to revamp this defensive line, get someone next to Quinnen Williams, and let's go from there. But then I was reading Jeremiah's big board today. And mind you, in Jeremiah's first 2 mock drafts, he has the Jets taking Warren. It was the only repeat pick that Jeremiah made from his first mock to his second. Now, he hasn't released his post-combine mock draft, but he did today update his big board post-combine on his top 50 players. And Warren's number 5 on the list. His top players in order: number 1, Abdul Carter. He won't be there for the Jets. Number 2, Travis Hunter. He won't be there for the Jets. Number 3 is Ashton Genty, but I don't love taking a running back that high when you have Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and Isaiah Davis. And by the way, neither does Jeremiah in the clip I'll play you, courtesy of the New York Jets in-house media team. But you read what he wrote about Warren. Is this not a massive need for the Jets? Plus, he could be the wildcat quarterback for this team. He could be the QB sneak quarterback for this team. He's been comped to Gronkowski. See, last year, Bowers was more Kelsey. I think the Jets need more of a Gronkowski-type tight end. Obviously, you take either one. They're Hall of Famers. But my point is, as far as playing style, the Jets need to be a physical team. If they're going to have any chance to be better than most of us think, they're going to have to be able to run the football. And this guy allows you to run the football better. And he's an effective, nifty route runner and a guy that can make plays over the middle, especially if your quarterback is like Justin Fields, who's not going to be throwing it outside the numbers a ton, you wouldn't think. And they're going to try and dink and dunk and have quick completions in whatever version of Tanner Engstrand's offense it's going to be. I think Warren makes sense. So in the past, I would say, no way, too risky. But now you're seeing in today's NFL just how important the tight end is. And you're starting to see guys get picked higher and higher that are effective players. So I'm more open to it. I wouldn't hate it. Like if you told me the Jets took Tyler Warren over Jalen Walker, I'm fine with that. Or if you told me the Jets took Tyler Warren over Will Campbell, I'm fine with that too. How many offensive linemen are you going to take in the first round? You know, if you told me they took Tyler Warren over Will Johnson, who, yeah, he's coming off an injury-plagued season, but he's obviously highly regarded as a top corner. But you have Sauce Gardner and Michael Carter already. We're going to draft another corner that high. Like, you go through the options here, and, like, I don't think Warren's the worst pick, given the circumstances. Tet McMillan's another name I like, but is he worthy a top 7 pick? Like, yeah, he's a really good receiver. He'll go in the first round, but is he worth top 7? Like, Jeremiah's got this guy as the 5th-rated player in his big board. That matters. So, that's the question I have. Dom C has Tyler Warren as his 6th-rated player. And you guys know I love Dom's breakdowns of prospects as well. Here's more from Jeremiah, if you're not sold, Jet fans. Jeremiah, a guest with the Jets in-house media team. Eric Allen, the host here. This was recorded at the Combine. Here's Jeremiah making the pitch for why Darren Muji should draft Tyler Warren at pick 7.
I love Tyler Warren. And I just think when you look at tight ends, I always think about the facility, and you have your meeting room set up. And I always know in the quarterback room, there's some tight ends that aren't very popular. Can't get open, can't make plays. Quarterbacks don't love him. There's other tight ends, the running back room. I hate this tight end. He can't seal the edge. I get him hit in the back every single time I run because he can't block anybody. Tyler Warren's going to be popular in both those rooms. Yeah. He can go make plays down the field for your quarterback in the red zone, that big frame and target and wall guys off. And then also in the running back room, like, oh my gosh, let's run to the right, let's run behind him. He can move people in the run game. So this is a run game, as we've mentioned with the Jets. There's too much talent in the backfield for them not to be better than they are. This is like playing with an extra offense.
He's right. He's right. There is way too much talent for them to be as dog crap as they were running the football. The scheme needs to be corrected. Hopefully it is. I don't know what Tanner Engstrand is as an offensive coordinator. Nobody does. Aaron Glenn believes in him. Hopefully Aaron Glenn's got, a better football acumen than Robert Saleh did when it came to hiring offensive coaches. But I'm with it under certain circumstances. Obviously, if Cam Ward is there, I'm taking Cam Ward. But I don't think he's going to be there. If Mason Graham is there, I'm probably taking Graham. But watch the film of Warren and then come back to me. Now, the other question I have, though, right? We know it's a really good tight end class. I would love to get Jeremiah on the show and ask him about his other tight end rankings. Specifically, if you look at his big board, right? I told you he has Warren at 5. Post-combine, he moved another tight end into the top 6. He loves, pun intended here, Colston Loveland. He moved him up from 7 in his top 50 to 6 following the combine. So my question to Jeremiah would be, how big is the gap between Warren and Loveland? Like if Warren, hypothetically, let's say, is not there for the Jets at 7, would you take Loveland at 6? Or would you take Loveland at 7 instead? Like he's your 6-rated player. So that's my question here. We spent so much time talking about Warren and all the Warren whisperers out there. Colston Loveland's a guy that could get some consideration too if we just go off of his top 50. He writes, Loveland's a long, lean tight end with outstanding awareness, quickness, and big playability. He is aligned in line as a wing in the slot. He's urgent in his release, has tremendous feel for option routes and working in space. He could cleanly get in and out of breaks, and he presents a big target to the quarterback. He attacks the ball in the air and is adept at finishing in crowds. After the catch, he has a smooth stride and possesses a nasty stiff arm. He has some wiggle to make defenders miss as well. His lack of bulk impacts his ability to stay connected as a run blocker. Overall, Loveland is equipped to make a lot of catches as a starting tight end in his rookie campaign. Now, I favor Warren because of the blocking, but Loveland's a guy you watch, and how do you not like him as well? So I do wonder where he ends up. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Big announcement to start the show here before we open up polling for ASMANIAC Madness. Today is the last day that you're eligible to enter our 17th ASMANIAC raffle. Tomorrow morning on the show, we're giving away 5 items. Signed Curtis Martin helmet. Signed Darrelle Revis helmet. Signed Don Maynard helmet. Signed Joe Namath helmet. Signed Kevin Mawai helmet. For this show only, $5 super chats will get you 2 raffle entries. $10 super chats will get you 4 raffle entries. And a $20 super chat will get you 8 raffle entries. We're going wild on the last show to give more people a chance to get in the raffle. David Atkins in for 1 to start us off. Stack in for 1. C with a $10 super chat in for 4. Teams all around the league this week are extending their talented players. It would be nice if the Jets were finally ahead of the curve on this one for once. Pay Garrett Wilson, pay Sauce. Price is only going up. I would have no problem if they extended Garrett right here, right now. Sauce is, to me, an easy contract to do as long as you believe, if you're about to make him the highest paid corner, as long as you believe he's going to get back to being what he was his first and second year when he was a first-team All-Pro. I believe he will be. I think Sauce has made up the right stuff. He's a great leader. He wants to be here. He's expressed that. So I'm not against it because the price, to your point, C, only goes up. So if you told me the New York Jets made that commitment to both guys to kind of set the tone for this new regime, I'm in on that. I respect that. I also want to give some love to Sauce, too. He was baited by a Steelers fan into trying to say something negative about the Jets and express his unhappiness with losing and try and go to Pittsburgh where they win every year. And he shut down Jersey Jerry from Barstool Sports.
The Steelers need a corner. You come in. Porter. Yeah, I know. We need another one. We need 2. We need a second corner.
Y'all got Deontay.
He's getting old, though. I mean, he did his thing
He
for a
has
long
been in
time.
the league for a minute.
He's getting old. He had some back problems, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, Tomlin would love you.
Hey, Tomlin is a cool coach for sure.
We got the money, too. Give you a new deal, Sauce, no?
But I can just get a new deal with the Jets this offseason, though, too. Like, I love it. I love New York. Like,
I know. Aaron Glenn, too.
Aaron Glenn.
I know. He's great.
Got to consider, right? How do you not love that from Sauce? I do think Sauce is going to be what he was his first 2 years. And also, let's not act like he was so bad this year. He was a liability. He wasn't Kyle Wilson out there, Jet fans. All right. He still was a really good corner. Now, I think he's got to be more of a ball hawk. Hopefully, Glenn can help him there. I think some of the penalty stuff he's got to cut back down on, but he wasn't terrible. I think he had a rough couple games, and then he finished the year playing strong football. You can't give up on Sauce Gardner after the year he had when you watched him dominate his first 2 years. You can't do it. But, and, you know, Connor Hughes made this point on my show in Indy last week. It's an easy contract to do. And if you're the Jets, maybe you do want to get ahead of it and extend him now because, you know, Derek Stingley's going to get a new deal from Houston. So whatever he gets, Sauce is then going to get more if you wait. But if you do Sauce first, then Stingley's going to get more and you save some money in the long run from that perspective. So certainly something to consider. All right, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Polling's about to open. First, Indy Jets. Shout out to you. You're in the next ASMANIAC raffle. Knobcraft is campaigning for Rob. He says a vote for Rob is a vote for Knob. So Knobcraft is on Team Rob today. Mickey says this team has been missing a tight end for far so long. Conklin was so overrated by this fan base and part of the reason our red zone offense sucked. I mean, they're desperately in need of not just one tight end, but 2. You cannot expect to go into next year with Ruckert being your second tight end. We hope he can make the team. Maybe better coaching. They could develop him. He does have talent, but we haven't seen enough to go into the year being like, yep, sign someone. We got Ruckert. We're good to go. Henny says Warren equals Kittle and Loveland equals Pitts. Love only second round. Warren to me is worth a top pick if they did it in this draft. Last year, I probably wouldn't feel that way because I think there were just so many better stars in the draft. Like last year's draft is going to end up probably being an historic draft. This year, there's good players. I don't know if there's superstar players. Big fella in the raffle, $20 super chat, which is counting for 8 for this show only. 8 entries. Jake, the super chat entries go to the birthday girl and our queen of the now 5%, Leanie in North Carolina. Wishing her a very happy birthday. Happy birthday again to Leanie. She called into the first show today, which was awesome. And that's very nice of you, big fella. All right, some more super chats here before we open up polling. Indy again in the raffle for 1. Thank you, Indy. Henny says, Weed, I better not be able to see you. Party with Peg and Artie in the raffle for 8 with this. This should be a close one. Tough to choose. Damn. It's going to be a battle, folks. I know Rob's ready. I know Weed is ready. Buckle up, folks. Knob says, Rob is the working man's champ. Knobcraft going to bat for Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. More importantly, if you want a membership today, make sure you're a subscriber. I had 2 people DM me yesterday. Hey, I haven't gotten a membership. They weren't subscribers. Now, to be fair, they didn't realize they weren't subscribers, but you have to be a subscriber in order to be gifted a channel membership. I want to repeat that for those who maybe didn't know. With that said, it's time.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
ASMANIAC Madness is back, and it's underway in the afternoon. The 8 seed, We the People. The 9 seed, Rob from Glenhead. Our second matchup on the day. Our second matchup in the round of 64 inside the Hood region, where earlier today, Cheats fan did in fact defeat the 16 seed Bijan, but it was a lot closer than I think a lot of people expected. So your vote matters. If you don't vote and you're upset with the result, then you have no right to complain because you have to vote. You have to make your voice heard because it truly does matter. Here's the results from earlier today. We had over 600 votes. Chiefs fan did win 56-43. I believe there's just 9 perfect brackets left in the ASMANIAC Madness bracket pool, which is incredible. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Snowball in the raffle with this $20 super chat. Boom. Sauce loves NY, and NY loves Sauce. I think he played injured last season. He'll be back to form this year. I mean, if you're a Jet fan and you don't love Sauce Gardner, please find a different show. This guy actually wants to be here when this team turns it around. We're seeing players request trades in all of sports all the time. And here's a guy who wants to be here. You can't respect the hell out of that. I don't know what to tell you. Mr. Weed with a super chat. Vote for Weed. Knob. I'm not reading that. Thank you, Mr. Weed. Michael writes in with a super chat. Warren is the type of player this team needs. A versatile, hard-nosed guy. He's built for this bleep. He does kind of, you listen to him talk. I was there at the Combine last week listening to parts of his press conference, and he does sound like a guy that the now head coach of the New York Jets, Aaron Glenn, would like.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That sounds like a Glenn player. That does sound like a Glenn player. All right, let's get to some calls. Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is open. If you go to gusbuster.com, you could purchase the best umbrella in the universe. And you could use the promo code Jake, so you'll get 15% off on any of your umbrellas. First up today is the 14 seed in the Train region. JT. What's up, JT?
Yo, what's up, Jake? How you doing?
JT, how's it going?
It's going well. This the Train region is going to be a hell of a division to get out of once it comes up. What matchups have we had so far, man? It's been great. Not like the matchups have been good so far.
The matchups have been great. There's been a couple of blowouts here or there, but that's expected in the first round. But I mean, we had a 15 beat a 2 yesterday, so that's all you need to know.
I don't expect this 14 to advance much further. Bonesy's an OG. I ain't getting past them.
Look, you got to be in it to win it, though, JT. And you're in the tournament. It means you got a chance to go out there, and you got a chance to go on a run.
Hey, man, I'm advertising myself. I gotta advertise myself. The matchup today is a pretty good
all
matchup.
online, JT. Go click the bracket link that has been shared, and you can see it all for yourself.
Cool, because I got to find my password for that on my other PC. I'm on my work PC at the moment. The matchup today, though, is a really good matchup. I actually met both in person. I met Rob at the preseason game at T Squared. He bought me a drink, was very kind about that. Appreciate it. Still to this day, Rob, appreciate you. And Weed, I met at the home opener. Now, Weed, when I met him at the home opener, I didn't realize I was sitting near him until I look over and I see dude that looks just like Weed screaming. So I'm like, yo, Weed, the Asman show, is that you? And we got to talking. This dude was tormenting Patriots fans the entire game. It was great. in their face, screaming, like, what an experience. You got to sit next to Weed at a Jets game if you haven't yet.
Did you get secondhand high from sitting next to him?
I was stoned myself, so.
Okay, well, there you go.
I'm almost as much of a stoner as Weed is, trust me. Now, on the topic at hand today, Tyler Warren. I am a big Warren whisperer. That's what we're calling him, right? Warren Whisperers?
The Warren Whisperers are out there.
I'm a Warren Whisperer, man. I like it. When's the last time we had a really good end? Dustin Keller? Or tight end? Dustin Keller?
Yeah, Dustin Keller's probably the last, like, hey, you knew going into the season you had a solid tight end you can count on.
Right. Yeah, I'm high on Warren, man. I've been parading about Warren everywhere. I think Warren is the way to go. I mean, we want to build that O-line, and he's going to continue to help build that O-line with that extra blocker. Now, one thing I was thinking of, we have to probably grab a tight end in free agency and draft one. Are you on board with bringing Conklin back?
I would be on board bringing him back. But I'm not bringing him back and then being like, all right, we got our starter. Like, he is not a good enough player at this point where he's like the unquestioned starter. Like, they should still draft someone. If it doesn't even need to be Warren if they go in a different direction, but like, this is such a good tight end class. They should even think about doubling up on tight end if the board plays itself out.
Completely agree. I like both options you brought up. The second guy, I can't remember his name, but Colson, was it? I like both of those tight ends. So either one of them will be fine. It'll be even Arroyo from Miami. Imagine if we get Cam Ward and Arroyo in this draft. That'll be insane.
Yeah, look, and I'm just looking at like Dom's top tight ends here. Like, he has, let's see how many guys with. He has 2 first-round tight end grades, 1 second, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with third-round grades. They're not all going to go in the third round, which means you're going to get someone who's like a third-round level player on the 4th or 5th round. So if you don't take Warren, they should definitely look to address tight end with some of their day 2, day 3 picks.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm on board with drafting one and signing one. Appreciate it, Jake.
I appreciate you, JT. Good call to start us off. Everyone getting in on the $20 option today. For this show only, $20 super chats will get you 8 raffle entries as opposed to the normal 5. I want to do something nice ahead of the raffle tomorrow. Those tuning in late, this is the last show before tomorrow's 17th ASMANIAC raffle. I'll announce some of the prizes for the 18th raffle during the show tomorrow. So Mawai helmet, Namath helmet, Maynard helmet, Ravis helmet, Curtis Martin helmet given away on the show tomorrow. Some super chats here. Indy says Ahmad will earn the Sauce name again in 2025. Sauce is the least of my concerns with this team. He's someone you build around. I agree. Jojo with a super chat on the Warren train at 7. Jojo officially a Warren whisperer. I get it. Look, I'm not always pro tight end if you watch the show, but I think when you look at the other options and the board breaks the way I think most of us have it breaking, I think he's probably the best player on the board. Now, you could sell me on Tet. I don't know. Tet, he obviously plays faster than what like his testing numbers are, but are you taking him at 7? I don't know. Like I want someone that could be a special player if you're using a top 7 pick on them. The hope is you're not picking in the top 7 for a long time. Now, I have my doubts. I think there's a chance the Jets might win 4 or 5 games next year and be right back in the spot, but they're going to need a quarterback next year. So, like, you might not get a chance to get this playmaker if you're bad next year. You have the chance right now at a position it's not a premium position yet in the NFL, but some of the best teams in the league do have really good tight ends. So, that's the argument. Plus, it's not like you need a left tackle or you need an edge rusher at all costs. This is not previous Jet teams where it's like, you can't take a non-premium position in the top 7. You have all these other needs, but it's like you have an all-pro defensive tackle. You have 2 solid edge rushers, right? McDonald was a 10-sack guy this year. Jermaine is coming back. I know he's coming off the Achilles, but I think he's still going to be a good player. So those are typically like worthy of top 7 picks, edge rushers and D tackles, which, by the way, if Graham is there, absolutely take him. But I'm operating under the premise the board goes something like Cam, Abdul, Travis, maybe one of the linemen, Mason Graham, and then like you're there at 7, and what do? Sanders goes 6, let's say, for you, those of you who want Sanders, if he were to make it. And then it's like, okay, at that point, then what? And this team has been so bad in the red zone, so like that helps you there too. So I understand why some might be hesitant, but when I evaluate the best players in this draft now, I get it. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's take an early look at poll voting. We the People is up 64-36 with 220 votes that have been cast in the 9 minutes since poll started. Make your voice matter. Vote, vote, vote. In Asmaniac Madness. Let's get to more of your calls right now. Let's say hello to the 4 seed in the train region, Kyle Clifton. Hello, Kyle.
What's going on, Jake?
What's up, Kyle?
So I'm starting to trend towards becoming a Warren Whaler. It's the point about him helping in the run game is very well taken. That's why I'm kind of narrowing it down to either him or Membu as probably the guys that would most likely be there and be of use to us as starters right out of the gate. I was watching Sam Monson and Steve Pelozzo's new podcast. I think it's Check the Mic. They went over from PFF to 33rd Team, and they do a thing where they do the top 5 at every position in the draft, and it was pretty informative. Like all those tight ends were top 2 round players. So, like, I don't know if the need is going to be there for the tight ends in this draft, but the estimation of them is definitely there. Where if you would have taken Arroyo or you would have taken, a Taylor in the 2nd round, people wouldn't blink. So, I think last year we weren't in a system. We're presuming we're going into a system that's going to be 12 personnel this year. So it makes more sense for us to double dip at tight end, and I'm here for it because like the position is not what we thought it would be. Ruckert hasn't panned out. Yabo has showed some flashes on special teams, and Conklin steady but unspectacular. So it's like, if we're gonna go with this new system, let's get some guys that are effective in line. Let's double dip. Maybe let's get another guy in free agency. Let's go. Let's run the ball and let's establish an identity for ourselves on offense.
I think it's all fair. If they took Membu, I get it. It's like a safe pick. Like, let's just make our line stacked, and then we're going to get the quarterback next year in all likelihood and put him in a great spot. So I get that. That said, he might not be there. There's a lot of talk about maybe New England now taking him, so he might not even be there.
And I get the fact that people are tired of taking these players in the 1st round for the offensive line, but you kind of got to do what the draft dictates for you.
Yeah.
This year that might just be the way that it goes, and we'll have to fill out our depth in the middle rounds, although that has not worked out well for us with some of these other picks. And if they are pressed into playing, that they get overexposed. So I appreciate your time, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kyle Clifton. Check it in. Good call from Kyle, as usual. Super chat here from Jaden. Let's go weed. Jaden, thanks for supporting the show. Charles writes in, why do the Jets treat safety like it doesn't exist? I think that changes Monday. I hope the Jets sign a big-time safety Monday. Couple reasons for that. One, they desperately need it. They have no one under contract right now. Two, if you're going to break the bank in free agency, like safety doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. And three, there's some guys that are out there that are young enough where, like, I think you might be paying for what they're still becoming as players. Like, if you told me they signed Holland away from the Dolphins, you make a division rival weaker. It's only 25. I'd love that. Justin Reed would be the safety I'd really like to, if you can get him from Kansas City. There's some good safeties out there, though. Gator wants to know any interest in Stephon Diggs now that Houston has Kirk. Would be fun to watch him go off against Buffalo. I mean, what does Stephon Diggs want? Right? Does he want to play for a team that's not going anywhere next year? Maybe he's like, if I come to the Jets, I'll get the ball a lot, put up good numbers, and go somewhere else. I don't know. He's coming off an ACL now, though, and he's an older player. I probably would pass on Diggs. I don't know if he fits. Depends on the money, though. They do need receiver help. That's a good deal by Houston getting Kirk. It's like low risk, potentially, I don't want to say high reward. I don't know if he's a star, but he's a good player when he's out there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to more of your calls. Let's say hello to a guy who is competing in this tournament. Right now, he is in action. The 9 seed, Rob, the Jet fan from Glenhead, is next. Hey, Rob.
What's going on, Jake? What's going on?
Rob, how you feeling? You need to make a comeback, it appears, early on.
I know. So far, weed's smoking me. Hopefully, the silent majority comes through for me and makes this at least a good competition, I'm hoping. But if not, it's all good fun here. If weed wins, I hope he smokes a cheat fan there. I would vote for him, to be honest with you.
So you would vote for Weed the People over Cheats fan in the next round?
Hell yeah. I know it's an Asmaniac thing, Jake, but I'm sorry. He's still a Chief fan. That this is 95% a Jet station with 5% scattered other fans. I realize that, but I couldn't vote for him. No way. I'm sorry. I can't. But
after today's fireworks, I understand why you wouldn't vote for him after today. But before that, he's still a big part of the show. Wow, strong.
I think he's a fraud.
I think we need to match you and Cheats fan up next year in this tournament somehow.
If I get that far. But as far as a Jet take, Jake, Tyler Warren would be a good fit, I think, for the Jets. You're talking about a guy 6'6", nearly 260 pounds. He had 1,233 yards. Guy had 8 touchdowns, 104 receptions. I mean, he's just built for a team like the Jets. And if he's there, we have to heavily consider him. I would definitely take him over the wide receiver, Ted, without a doubt. And again, I think on a day 2, I would go for like a Will Howard quarterback-wise. I think his name, O'Leary likes Howard. I do too. I think that he would be a good fit for the Jets. He's a big quarterback. Again, 6'4", 235. The guy threw for over 35 touchdowns and only 10 picks. He's from a good system, Ohio State. So, I mean, I think those would be 2 really nice picks. Again, I don't sniff a good season this year. I doubt we're going to have a good year. I think anywhere between 3 to 6 wins is best case scenario. Anything above 6, I'd be very happy for a first year of this regime. But, we'll see what happens.
7 and 10?
If it was 7 and 10, Jake, and it was a first year and we were strictly using Tyrod and we were using if it's Justin Fields, I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible year for a first year. And they cleaned up a lot of things. The defense improved. we were in games losing by a little and stuff, not because we weren't disciplined, then you could kind of live with it. If not, then you're going to be kind of pissed. But we got to see what happens. But just hoping that my silent Asmaniacs come and support me and vote for me, please. And going to do the best I can. Give it our best shot there, Jake. I told Gator to make a video, but he said that it was too late that I sent him the email.
Well, it was the day of you sent it to him, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I didn't even know the email until someone told me.
I said it on the show the last few days. I had the graphic. It's right here.
I didn't notice. Peter told me today. I spoke to Peter, and Peter told me. And then I tried Gator at around, I don't know, I think it was about 2:00. But I guess it wasn't enough time. But
he doesn't work for me full time. I can't just get him to do a video.
I know. I hear you.
He has a real job.
Tried. Well, I got to try, right, Jake? You got to give it your best shot. I'm trying to give it my best shot. That's all.
Look, I get it. And Chris remembers your value to the show. He says, the night Rob was talking about how he waited a year and the girl didn't put out made me love Rob.
He likes that story. Chris is going to be, I tell you, out of the three that are hooking up into that, I think Chris is going to be the best. I like his takes. He's a smart guy. He's going to do
starting to win some people over. Philly's Limp Noodle. You got my vote, Rob.
Thank you, Philly. Anybody else?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot to like about this call. Knob says a vote for Rob is a vote for the good old days.
Thanks, Knob. I appreciate you, buddy.
Nate says you're up 4 points since the call started.
I'll take it. I'm still getting my ass kicked, but
hey, it's 60-40 right now.
Hopefully the silent votes start coming up, Jake, and I make it respectful at least, right?
Now that means you're 10% away from it being tied, if you think about it that way.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully these, it's early still, right? How many votes have been casted so far? Like 250?
294 votes have been casted so far.
Oh, almost 300. Wow. Good turnout so far, right?
Oh, absolutely. You just gained another point. Now it's 59-41.
I'll take it. I want to make this respectful, just hoping that all these votes are coming in. My silent fans who are not too rambunctious come in and they vote for me. I'll take whatever I can get. I appreciate it, Asmaniacs, all the love. And even the people who didn't vote for me. It's okay. It's all good. I'm okay with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob, the Jet fan from Glenhead.
Women.
I mean, that's a man right there that is competing in this tournament. Competing, I tell you. Knob with a super chat. Vote Rob if you love Knob. Ralphie Rocks with a $20 super chat. For those who missed the announcement, for this show only, $20 super chats instead of 5 entries. For this one show, get you 8 entries in tomorrow's raffle. Would rather pick a higher cap value position like DT, wide receiver, O-line than take tight end in rounds, and then take the tight end in rounds 2 or 3. Voted for Rob, felt compelled as an Italian from Long Island. Fair rationale there, Ralphie, on both points. I get that thought process, but I don't want to reach on one of those players you're mentioning just because they play DT, wide receiver, or O-line. You know what I mean? Like, you have the 7th pick in the draft. Your goal is to not be picking here for a while. Like, the Jets are saying they want to win. I have some doubts on that for next year, but, like, if I'm going to put my GM hat on and go through how they're going to be viewing it, their goal is to try and win. So, like, how do you win? Well, Tyler Warren can help you win right away next year. He helps you on offense as a pass catcher, and he helps your running game, which was abysmal last year despite having talent. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob is back with some help from a small child, it appears.
My grandson.
Yes.
This is baby Joey. Say hi, baby Joey. Say hi. Blow kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Wait, where'd you go? There you are.
He's the best. This is my grandson. He's nearly 2 years old. Very bright. He's going to be a Jet fan. He likes it or not.
Did he vote for you or Reed?
Jets. Come on. You got to like the Jets. 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 Go.
Who's gonna
What up, Jake?
Weed, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
How you feeling about this battle going on right now?
I think it's hilarious. It is too funny. Although he got a little boost, and I see you let him bring on some kid that he stole so he could get some points. I want to know where those kids' parents are right now because he definitely stole that kid.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Then you got me and Addison here.
You guys look great together.
We're the Wet Bandits, the Sticky Icky Bandits.
That sounds right.
Rob said we're really good at breaking into houses, and he's not wrong. I am actually very, very good at breaking into houses.
You seem like that kind of guy, Weed.
Yeah, it's only for fun though. I don't steal anything. I just move stuff.
Yeah, you have a lot of skills.
Put the remote, move the remote from the couch to like the end table. Really piss people off, stuff like that. What? Oh, the fifth Ninja Turtle, Roberto. They don't let him out of the closet that much. What's up, Jake?
Hey, Weed.
How you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Hold on, my bad. I had to fix my bowl. I don't know if you know this, Jake, but I smoke weed.
Do you?
Yeah, it's one of my unfortunate drawbacks. Not a lot of people like it.
Is that me as Johnny Depp?
That's you and your parrot, man.
Oh.
Repeats everything you say.
I didn't know I had a parrot.
Yeah, he just repeats everything you say. It's great.
I see.
I do love this. I do love this whole tournament, Jake. The fact that you got it out of 100 people down to 64 people, and you're actually making it work, incredible. And it's too funny. Too funny.
Weed, is it a humbling experience to know that over 325 votes have been cast and a lot of them are headed to you?
No, not surprising at all. You know, I knew this was going to go how it's going. Rob is just boring. He's not fun. Nothing about him is fun. Every time he comes on, I want to go to sleep, take a nap, you know? Not even weed makes him funny. It doesn't make any sense. I'm surprised he even got seated, but at least I'm seated above him. 8 is better than 9.
Now, how are you feeling about your chances in the round of 32 against Cheech Fan if you hold on and defeat Rob?
I'm going to destroy him. I'm going to kill him. It's going to be terrible. He did make me promise not to put him into any bestiality or anything. He made me promise that. So
okay. I'm glad.
That's his one thing that he doesn't want me to do. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll be nice.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how high would you say you are right now, Weed?
About 5'5". 5'6". I'm wearing shoes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Weed. Call back in later. We'll check back in with you. But a strong a strong showing so far in this matchup.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. I'm handing out pre-rolls after I win.
That's excellent news.
Everybody come to Keensburg and get your pre-roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, Weed the people.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
We've now heard from both candidates competing in the matchup this afternoon. If you were waiting to hear from both, now make your vote. 58-42. Weed the people in front of Rob from Glenhead. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 raffle entries on the final show. You're eligible to enter the raffle from Johnny Bo Bunny.
It's the ASMANIAC membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to a legend. But first, let me just read the names that received channel memberships from Johnny Bo Johnny. The following 5 people are Asmaniacs. I'd love to see the names. Here we go. Dawn Maria, Xavier Poe, Drew Estevan, Anthony Mangi Sinera, and I don't know. That might have been only 4, but that's all I was able to see. So congrats to everyone who just got a membership. With that said, I was talking about a legend on the line. There's actually quite a few of them, but I'm going to go to this guy first because his intentions are pure and his eyes are always on the prize.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hello, Jake.
Hello, David.
I think I have the same hat as you have on, and I didn't.
Are we matching?
I think so. It wasn't
Yeah.
that way. Great minds think alike, and if you believe I'm comparable to you, I'll sell you some swampland in Florida.
I appreciate it, Weed.
Let's see. Oh, I'm locked in on Tyler Warren. I'm locked in on free agency with the safety, signing a safety. But I'm really here to promote Coach Cho. Every time I talk to him or listen to him, I'm more attached to him, and I know I'm supposed to be a competitor, but he's a college coach and he does for kids and everything. And really, I'd like to.
David, I just called you Weed by accident because of Weed's last call I got on my mind. I might be high from that last call from Weed, so I know your name is David.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a, what is it called, proxy thing or whatever. That's okay. But anyway, I'm just promoting Coach Cho, and I'm a winner already. I made the tournament. Don't know how I did it, but I would like the people to vote for Coach Cho. And here again, I can see it in his eyes. I mean, it would be so special if he could move on. So if you're going to vote for me, put that vote in for Coach Cho.
David, wow, that's very nice of you. We saw this with JJ. It didn't work. In fact, it had the opposite effect. I think more people are now going to actually vote for you.
Yeah, but no. It's not reverse or whatever the phrase is. It's not reversed.
No, it's genuine. JJ was doing the reverse psychology, but people want to see you go far. They believe in you as a caller.
Yeah, but just let it be known, Jake. Let me make it clear. I am genuine with it. It's not a JJ thing.
I believe in you, David. I'm just telling you, this community is going to vote David T in a big way, I feel.
Well, whatever's meant to be, Jake.
David, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see. Sometimes when I have a few drinks, I slip and fall and break my face. I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Mimosa in the raffle for 8 with this $20 super chat. Today only. This show only. Last show for the raffle tomorrow. Vote for the weed, not the parrot. That was the best weed emoji I could find on my iPhone. Mimosa with a strong endorsement for Weed the People. Cynthia W. checks in. Salute Jake and the Asmaniacs. Salute to you, Cynthia. The chat, Robin Weed, all too funny. Asmaniac Madness is just that madness. I can't wait till this draft occurs. What will Muji and Glenn do? The suspense is killing me. Hopefully something good is what they do. Because if this team's going to be better than I think they're going to be, they're going to have to nail their draft. Like, they're going to have a great draft where they get a lot of contributors. It's the only way. Free agency is a part of it too, but they need to find a lot of talent in this draft. They need to be better than Douglas was on day 2 and day 3, especially on offense, because this team needs receivers badly and tight ends. And they need depth on the offensive line. They have pretty good starters right now. They need a right tackle. We'll see what they do with Morgan Moses. Hopefully they bring him back. But they need depth. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. He's the 1 seed in the chicken soup region. He has many names. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to Charles Eugene M. Gorman.
My mother wants to know who I'm talking to. I'm on StreamYard, Mom. I'm on YouTube.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
Charles, you're the best, dude. I can't. Mom, the meatloaf.
The meatloaf!
Mom, meatloaf. Hey, Jake, how are you? First off, happy birthday again to Leanie. I hope she's having a great day today with her family and friends. God bless her. Hopefully she has many more years of good health and fortune. Anyway, I am so glad that Daniel Jeremiah wants the Jets to take Tyler Warren because he's a stud. You know, I know a good buddy of mine, Matthew Smith, that has a hard-on for Cam Ward. Thinks Cam Ward is the second coming of God and, you know, can destroy anyone at any time. But, you know, Cam Ward's most likely to be the number 1 pick in this year's draft, so who the hell knows. But Tyler Warren is the player the Jets need. And the Jets need to have because, you know, he fits the leads. He fits their needs in a way. You know, he's a good blocker in the run game. He's a great receiving tight end. You know, he's another weapon to complement Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, Isaiah Davis, and Braylon Allen in the backfield. And, you know, I know a lot of Jet fans aren't expecting much from this team this year, and I can understand, you know, with the new regime, we got rid of Rodgers, and I hate to say it was kind of the right move to make. But we'll see what the hell happens, but I hope to God the Jets do take Tyler Warren at number 7.
Well, Charles, I want you to know that yesterday I enjoyed watching you stream yourself playing Madden 15. That was great content.
Yes, and everyone wants to know, was it on rookie? No, it's on pro. I'll play it again soon after I'm done with this call to show you guys
the
difficulty.
And not right after you're done with this call. You got to stay on for a little bit. I don't need thousands of people going to your channel. I need them to watch this show. I do this for a living, Charles. I got bills to pay. I can't have the entire audience watch you play video games instead of me.
Well, I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Jake. Anyway,
understand? Yep.
Yes.
When are you going to shave, by the way? Or are you just growing a beard?
I forgot to shave today, and plus I woke up late, so I forgot to shave today. I'll shave tomorrow morning.
What time did you get out of bed?
Close to 12 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
So you really slept in?
Yeah, I did. But yeah, man. I mean,
they call you Charlie Neckbeard. That's what someone in the chat just said your nickname was.
No, they need to stop making up crap.
That's not true.
Look.
Also, you and Mike D's nuts. Is there any path for you guys to become friends? I mean, you guys seem to not like each other.
Well, the guy was being a jerk with me the other day, saying I was overrated because I was criticizing Lane for his assessment of players. And, you know, the guy started to act like a school kid, punk ass kid from high school, talk shit about me. And I was like, Charles, you need to get back on. Mike D's nuts talking crap about you. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, high school? Excuse my language. You know, and
he just wrote, go in the corner and fart boy.
See, this is what I don't understand. I come on here to speak my mind, and people say I'm only good for farts.
Well, that's part of your arsenal, but that's not the only thing you're good for. People say I'm good for my rants, but that's not the only thing I talk about or do.
Well, there are people out there who say I'm only good for my farts and my chicken soup, and those people can, you know what.
Well, you have a lot of haters, Charles, but, you know, as they say, if you don't have haters, you ain't popping.
Unfortunately, yes. Look, if my bad, everybody.
That's greatness.
If Mike D's nuts wants to have a personal vendetta against me, I missed the part where that's my problem.
Maybe you just fart in his mouth.
or shit in his mouth, whatever the case
Whoa,
may be.
whoa, I don't know. That might be a little too much.
Now, some people do deserve stuff like that, because they're dirty, vile people. So
You think Mike D's nuts deserves actual human feces in his mouth?
yeah, because he's being a douchebag to me for no reason.
I get it, but I don't know if it needs to be that extreme. I mean that
Well,
feels a
what do you want me to
tad too
say?
much.
Violate the gentleman's oath, not fart on a man's balls.
I don't know if we need to go down that path, Charles.
Well, anyways,
Bill M says he has your gas propelling you to the championship. You got to lean into it. That's your ticket to winning the whole thing.
I want my takes, my personality, and my charisma to carry me to the championship, not my flatulence.
Yeah, but part of your personality is your fearlessness.
That's not part of my personality. It's called bodily function.
No, you're fearless. Who else could do this on a live broadcast?
Look, man, it just happened. Okay, man. Look, shit happens. Okay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, haha, very funny.
What do you mean? That was your joke. You just did that joke.
Anyways, I gotta look up this other title. What's his name? Loveland from Michigan.
Colston Fartland from Michigan.
I think it's Loveland, Jake. Very funny.
Also, I want you to know, for the record, I'm a big fan of your charisma. If you must know.
I'm not doubting it completely, but I appreciate the fandom.
Big fellow with a super chat. Charles, if I can get past JJ, we need to rumble. Yeah, have you thought about potentially matching up with JJ, or matching up with the big fella if the big fella could survive JJ in the 5-4 in the
Look,
round
I
of
know
32?
Johnny Boy's pretty popular. I know the big fella's pretty popular. I know JJ's pretty popular. But, I'm just in it for fun. I'm not taking it too seriously. So, I mean, if people want to vote for me, vote because I tell it the way I see it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like my takes.
What if they're voting for you because of your
honesty and my
farts? Does that you don't want them to vote for you if they're just voting for you because of your farts?
I'm saying don't just vote for me. Vote for me because of my charisma.
Right, but what if the deciding vote is because of your ability to rip ass?
Then they're idiots.
Like, let's say you're in a matchup, hypothetically here. I'm just going to look at the bracket. Let's take a big picture view. Let's say hypothetically, you're doing your thing, Charles, and we get to the Sweet 16, and your matchup with Big Fella, and people love Big Fella. He's a great caller. They love the way he lays on a bed, and then they love you. And the tiebreaker is, well, I laugh more from Charles because of his farts. You wouldn't want the vote in that tiebreaker scenario?
Fine. If they want to vote because they think I make them laugh, that's fine.
That's part of it. Farts are funny.
Depends on how you fart, though.
Well, no one farts like you. Can we acknowledge that?
Well, I'm saying it's the way you fart, and when you fart, that's when it can be funny.
Like this.
Excuse me.
I miss clean shaven Gorman. Just watching back some of the highlights here.
I'll shave. Don't worry. There's so much stuff on my mind right now, but that's a different story for another time.
I have a great comment for you here.
Is it from Leon M?
It is not. It's from Snowball. He says, you're a professional gaslighter.
Oh, hi, Snowball. It's been a long time. How are you? I'm a professional gaslighter. Well, okay, whatever.
Addison writes in, the big fella versus the big farter would be crazy. Nick Shine says, I vote for Charles because of his temper. Charles, you were my pick to win the whole thing. I changed it last second, but you're in my championship game. I need you to keep winning. I need you to be locked in this tournament.
Because of my temper? I mean, I'm a passionate guy, but
How passionate?
I'm very.
Knob writes in, Charles, vote for Rob. Have you voted in today's
I
matchup?
did vote for Rob, yes. Sorry, Weed.
You voted for Rob over Weed. Would you like to explain your vote?
I think Rob's a nice guy. You know, no offense to Weed. He seems like a decent fella. I don't think Rob is boring. I think Rob, you know, is a good person, a good family man. And he's a good fan. I know he's not expecting a lot from this team this year, and I can understand that. We have, once again, a new coaching staff, a new general manager, a new front office, a new fresh start, if you will. But we'll see what the hell happens. I'm probably a bit more optimistic about this year than people think, than people realize. I'm not giving up on Tyrod Taylor. I'm not saying he's our future. I know he's in his mid to late 30s, but the guy can play.
Jojo wants your opinion on Dixon Hall at quarterback.
Oh, he's great. Fills the hole very nicely.
Do you think he'd fill the void at quarterback, or the hole at quarterback the Jets have had for
Yes.
a very long time?
Yes.
The 27th pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Dixon Hall out of Arizona State. What am I, a mind reader?
What am I, a mind reader? You know, sometimes I wish I was like an Xavier or Martian Manhunter where I could read minds and shit.
If you could have any superpower, what superpower would you want?
I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. Maybe regeneration.
Regeneration?
Yeah, the ability to heal from wounds.
So you want to be like Wolverine?
Deadpool, the Hulk, yes.
Okay.
Doomsday. Characters with healing abilities, yes.
What about Spider-Man? You're wearing a Spider-Man shirt. You don't want to be able to climb walls and swing through New York City?
Well, I don't have the resources to build web shooters unless I'm like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man where I spin webs out on my wrists.
You get to choose the type of Spider-Man you want to be.
Well, have you ever watched The Venture Brothers?
I don't know if I have.
Well, there's this character called the Brown Widow who's a Spider-Man ripoff, and he spins webs close to his butt cheeks.
Wait a second. This could be you.
So you're saying you want me to be a Spider-Man that spins webs close to my ass cheeks?
Does it not make sense given what else we know about you previously?
What about my farts? Oh, my bad, everybody.
Won't eat what? No,
Yes, your farts.
No.
It would be interesting.
Jake says, Charles, please fart.
I don't have any gas right now.
See, if you were this like Spider-Man that farts for webs, you could.
It would be disgusting, but probably hilarious.
Johnny Boy says, only farts I know are queefs.
I think those come from the female genitalia.
Big fella is confident that if you guys rumble, that you'll have fun.
Trust you? I don't know about trusting you, big fella, but I appreciate the gesture.
You don't trust the big fella? I do.
I mean, he's a nice guy, but I don't know. To me, he's also kind of a wild card to me with his trash talking habits.
Nick Shine says you should play to your strengths. I agree. You got to lean into the fart thing in this tournament.
Well, I'm not going to fart every day on your show just for people's entertainment.
No. But if you happen to have an opportunity to let it rip, you got to embrace it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Mike D's nuts didn't like you going after Lane. That's what set him off.
I wasn't attacking Lane necessarily. I was criticizing somebody is different from attacking them. I'm not calling Lane a simpleton, a local idiot. I think. Do I think he has a disability? Yes, but I'm not judging him for that. I have a disability. I have a bunch of disabilities. But there are times when he goes and tries to talk. I think there are times he just doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm not saying he's insane. I'm not saying he's delirious.
I think he makes pretty good points.
Huh?
I think he makes great points.
I'm not saying he doesn't make great points. but there are times I think he goes a bit off track into something that to me just doesn't make sense. And
Jake writes in, Charles, my wife said if she didn't marry me, she'd be all yours. She's a great woman.
seriously, your wife said that? That to me is a red flag.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know. It's 2025, you know? Couples share wives all
That
the
don't
time.
mean jack shit. Oh, it's 2025. Anything can happen.
Maybe
you
they're
gotta
looking
have
for
standards, man.
Jake, are you looking for a third?
No, I don't go both ways.
Well, that's not what I was saying.
I know that, but I'm just saying it to put it out there.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Great question from Nick Shine. Have you ever met someone who isn't a good family man?
I met people who weren't good people.
Yeah, but
I met those who were pieces of trash.
Can a piece of trash be a good family man?
No.
Interesting. Dave Briggs
I
says
met
you're an
those who I
honorable
felt
man.
acted like criminals. That I felt should be in jail with the rest of America's most wanted. I met those who I felt should not have belonged in school, should have belonged in a jail cell banging their heads against the cell bars, or getting their ass kicked in prison by the popo.
Ryan says you're a swinger. Is this true?
No, I don't do that. I don't know why y'all keep making stuff up.
Dave Brigger calls you an honorable man.
Well, that's true. I try my best to be an honorable man.
Clancy says you're a squire and a gentleman.
I appreciate that, yes.
25 says Charles is a modern day Aristotle.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oscar says he respects you.
I know he does.
Mike D's Nuts says you did call Lane an idiot.
That was out of character of me. I apologize.
All right, Mike. Now lay off Charles. Charles is a gentleman and a scholar. Indy says, does Dixon Hole make Mike Hunt fart?
What? Who the hell is Mike Hunt?
We the people writes in, Chuck, we both together. How could you betray me?
Well, let me tell you this way. I know you haven't bowled in over 20 years, but you sucked. And you were kind of a dick at the Rio Diner. I'm not the only one who felt this way. So did Nate. Nate said you were acting kind of rude at the Rio Diner.
Really? Hold on. This is interesting here. This could turn the election for Rob. We the people was rude to you at the diner?
He wasn't rude to me, no, but he was kind of acting a little inappropriate at the diner, you know. Not towards me, but towards other people at the diner.
Interesting. So do you think that this should cost Weed some votes? Do you think Rob would have behaved himself better in the same situation?
I think so, yes. And don't tell me, I'm not just saying this to be a jerk. Nate said he wasn't that well behaved at the diner as well. Nate. You know who Nate is, right?
Nate parentheses Nate?
Yes.
Now, there's some mixed reporting on this. Nick Shine claims he was there, and he says what you're saying is erroneous.
Erroneous. What the hell is that?
Means it's saying it's not true. It didn't happen.
What the hell was I thinking about that? I'm sorry. My apologies. I was thinking of something else. But Weed, he's a charismatic fellow. I'm not throwing people under the bus. He said, I would never want to be in a public setting where I could be seen a second time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rob is starting to gain ground here. If these allegations are true, 57% to 43% now. It's just in the 60s last time I saw.
But, Weed is a charismatic fellow. I'm not saying he's a bad dude. He is strong as shit. I could tell because he freaking bear hugged me like several times when we hung out that day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on Rob the Jet fan now. Rob, what do you make of these allegations by Gorman against your opponent?
Not surprised, my friend. I mean, when you smoke that much, after a while, the brain goes. Not surprised. I hear you, Charles. I hear you, buddy.
How you doing, Rob?
How are you, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just taking one day at a time. You know, my grandmother's doing better somewhat.
Yeah. 99. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
God
I
bless.
teased her on her birthday, so when you turn 100, we'll get you a nice 21-year-old.
Actually,
Yeah, she's
Charles,
been widowed for like since 2016, you know?
God bless. Charles, my dad is 96 years old.
God bless him, man. God bless him.
Let me tell you, he's good. He goes on walks and everything. He's great.
That's wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Look, man, my grandfather, I mean, when he passed, he had all his faculties. You know, the brain was still sharp as a tack.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Unfortunately, not for weed. I don't think the
Oh, my
faculties are there.
God.
No, they're not there for him. I mean, you know.
But, are you from New York, Rob?
Yes, I'm from New York. You're what? New Jersey, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm New York. I'm Long Island.
Oh, I have never been to Long Island.
You would like it. It's nice. It's nice.
I've heard about that. Yeah, I know Richie Molora from Jets Media is from there.
Yeah. Richie. Richie's a cool dude.
Oh,
you
he
gotta
is.
come
I met
out
him in person along with Jake. He's a nice guy.
You got to come out one day.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna do something real quick.
Where you going?
Get my laundry.
All right, come back soon.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Hi, Jake. I'm voted for We the People.
Jake, this is slanderous. This is un-American, unconstitutional. Charles comes on here. He starts talking shit about Lane, talking shit about everybody. Now he wants to go and start talking shit about me. I was not rude. All I said was that the chefs didn't use enough salt and I couldn't eat food. That was it. Very nice. I even paid the waitress to smack me in the head. It was great. And I knew Charles was upset because I kept picking him up. That's my bad. That's my bad. I will say that. But this is slander, and I will not take it. I had to come in and defend myself. I was a little enthusiastic. I could say that. But who isn't? I was hanging out with all my boys. I thought Charles was my boy.
I guess he's not.
Don't you shake your head at me.
Yes, he's not weed.
Don't you shake that big melon. Don't you shake that
You
melon
have
at me.
everything, my friend.
Don't you shake that melon at me.
Don't
You
have
weren't
one
there.
cells
You weren't
left.
there. You didn't. You haven't. You weren't there. You don't know what happened.
Hey, you got
were there.
Bobby. Happy. You got Bobby, that traitor. You got Bobby.
Bobby's not a traitor. Bobby knows who his boys are. I don't know why Charles is on your dick so hard. You never call into his show. You never watch his show. You never do anything.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
I think your temper's going up. I think you need to light up again, bud.
That's exactly what I'm doing, actually. Just saying. Charles is on here. Charles is on here telling stories that are not true. And then you come fucking prancing in like a little fairy. Oh, look, someone likes me.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the ASMANIAC Rumble.
First of all, it had nothing to do with the food.
Charles, I said that they didn't. The food wasn't good. Okay, what do you want me to say? Also,
I have no problem with you saying you didn't like the food.
Maybe I shouldn't have picked you up as much as I did. But I mean,
That has nothing to do with that.
But you're
You were
adorable.
cursing your brains out nonstop about give me some fucking cake or some shit.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of your slanderous lies.
So that means you can hear me.
Not over the sound of your lies.
It had nothing to do with
Charles,
the food.
I thought we were friends.
Weed, we are friends. Stop it.
I thought we were friends.
Telling you, I remember Weed. Nate
I
said that you
I didn't
were
know
not.
friends. I didn't know friends go snitching on friends.
Oh my god!
Et
What did I get myself
et
into?
tu, Brutus. Et tu. Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about your strip adventure.
I didn't want to go to the strip club. First of all.
Yes, it's not funny now. You see how these things get started?
Yes.
Are you sorry?
Starting to remember now.
Your
Yes,
escapade.
I am sorry.
It's all right, Charles. I still love you, man.
How's your dog doing?
He's all right. He's staring out the window right now because my cat constantly jumps in it, so he tries to catch her.
Oh, you have a cat too?
Yeah, that's my brother's cat.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, he's too
But
fat.
no, look, man. I know you said when we were at the diner you didn't like the food. That didn't hurt my feelings. I don't eat everything at the diner.
That is, I thought you were just that.
And you picking me up, look, did it upset me? No, it was super. I'm surprised how freaking strong you are. But then again, I haven't exercised in a long time.
Oh yeah, I got special needs strength.
Charles, can we get you to explain what gluten is? Oh, that's like wheat. Gluten-free like wheat. Thoughts on Dan Marino and Wiki I Smoke Weed Williams? He was one of my favorite running backs growing up. I know he was on the Dolphins. I enjoyed watching him. I know he had a great season in 2009. I think he played 1 year with the Ravens, but was mostly a backup. I know Dan Marino is one of the all-time great quarterbacks. I remember my first exposure to seeing Dan Marino. You would think it would be the first Ace Ventura movie. It was actually when he was an analyst on CBS for so many years. Why are we giving Willow this much screen time? I wasn't staring at his private parts. Not that I remember. Maybe because I was still mesmerized of how voluptuous a lot of the strippers were. But I don't remember doing that at the diner. Your mic is off.
I know. How's it going with your laundry, Charles?
I just picked it up and put it away.
You already folded it that quick?
It's already folded. I just put them away.
I'm happy to hear that.
Now, I'm gonna clear my throat a little bit. Excuse me.
Oh, there it is.
Well, that was a burp, not a fart.
No, I had that too.
As I probably said before here, sometimes my memory isn't the best. Sometimes I forget things, sometimes I don't. But I do remember Weed acting, not saying wild in a bad way, but he was acting hyper. But then again, I act hyper too at times.
Well, I'm looking at poll results right now. Rob is tightening in this race here. Almost 500 votes have been cast. 57% going with Weed the People.
And 43 for Rob.
43 for Rob. Yep.
Well, that's still 14%. That's still a pretty decent sized margin.
It is, but there's still time. You know what they say on this show? It ain't over till Charles Gorman farts.
Excuse me. Would I do that? Probably, probably not.
All right, Charles. Well, we'll check back in with you, all right?
I'm going to get ready to do my second live stream of Madden 15 for the day, so.
All right, well,
It's great talking with you, Jake.
Any interceptions. You threw a lot of picks when I tuned in yesterday.
Well, I benched Gino for Michael Vick, and he's been playing great for me.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, how much you want to bet people outside of Jet fans forgot that Michael Vick played for the Jets?
I think a lot of them probably did. A couple super chats for you before you go, Charles. Nate says, do you remember asking the waitress how much the VIP room was at the REO diner?
No, stop it. I didn't say that shit, Nate.
Nick wants to know, how was yelling the word strip club received in the respectful, God-loving Gorman residence?
They didn't say anything. I don't think they heard it.
I see. By the way, you have any strong opinions on Rob, the Jet fan, calling Bobby Midnight a traitor?
Rob from Glenhead?
Yeah, Bobby said he was voting weed.
Calling Bobby Midnight a traitor?
Yeah,
I haven't tuned in to Bobby's show that much recently, so I have no idea what the hell is going on.
I see.
It's good talking with you, Jake.
Ryan says, I'd like to imagine Charles is just a floating head roaming the universe, releasing obnoxious fumes.
You would like to imagine me as a floating head releasing farts in the universe? Wouldn't that suffocate the universe and all life across the universe? So you imagine me as a death releasing machine.
I'll tell you what,
Ryan,
Charles.
you got problems.
I'm looking at the audience here, and the viewership has not dipped despite the fart talk, so that tells me to keep going with it, and I have a guy on the line that can enhance the conversation.
Hey, Jake.
Let's get the two stars of the most famous ass rip in decades together. Addison,
What's
how you
up,
feeling?
Chucky Wucky? Fine. How you doing, Jake?
Hey, Addy Waddy Poo, how the hell are you doing?
I just wanted to come on here and say that you're spreading lies about weed. He's not a bad guy at all.
I didn't say he was a bad guy.
I know, but listen to all the things he does for me. He holds the door open once I bust it down. He cleans all the crowbars. He makes sure my
I'll be right back.
He makes sure my lockpicks stay safe.
Yes,
Hold on, Addison. Where's he going? Let's listen in.
He's
Did the Gormans just find out about Charles' trip to the strip club a few weeks ago? Hold on.
I'm back, guys.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried.
My brother got a new job. He's a paraprofessional in Westfield.
Hey, give it up to Steady Eddie.
Congrats, Edward. Hell yeah.
He's very happy, and I'm happy for him.
Now, Charles, can I tell you what I noticed the most about that famous clip between you and Addison on your show?
Yes.
I think, while your fart is obviously great, I think Addison's reaction to it is what really sells it.
Oh, Addison's reaction was priceless.
You know, Jake, sometimes laughter just explodes out of me like farts explode out of this man's ass right here. And, you know, Rob, I voted for you to lose. And I'm sorry about that, but I have a peace offer for you, and I'm sure you'll be happy to see these. Here you go, buddy. These are all for you.
Crackers?
You're damn right. Robbie wants a cracker. Robbie wants a cracker.
Oh, my God. You guys are bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of one of the great farts in Asmaniac history.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Glowski takes steroids. Give me some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
As we like to do around here, we give people a chance to respond to attacks and allegations, so it's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Hey, what's going on, Jake?
Well, first off, I'm not a trade you asshole.
Yeah, you are. You are.
You're a fucking asshole too. So
fuck you, asshole. I'm gonna watch your fucking mouth.
That's the end of that Rumble. Jesus, people. Oh, my God. No, Bobby. Bobby's flailing his arms like this. They're not putting you back on. Both of you are too hot-headed right now. No way. No chance. Come on, Rob. What are you doing? I can't. We're not going back to that. That's it. It's supposed to be fun. Not that. More calls right now that hopefully aren't like that. Let's say hello to Philly Noodles. Hey, Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that was. God. A couple super chats here. If you love the 5%ers in America, vote for weed. Well, I think we might be getting some extra votes after that. Ryan says, I'd like to imagine Charles is just a floating head. I already read that one. All right. I think I am caught up on super chats then. Let's say hello to Barbarossa, who's next. Barbarossa, hello.
Oh, shit. Just doing my best Weed the People impression. I just wanted to shout. I didn't get to call in yesterday after I lost to Mike D's Nuts, so I just wanted to congratulate him. I was stuck at wrestling practice till like 5:30 or 6, so I missed the whole show. But congrats to Mike D's Nuts. Congrats to Dave Brigga slaying the beast. That's quite the feat. It's awesome. Good for him.
That was unbelievable yesterday. A record amount of votes came out to support Brigga, and just shows you Beast got a lot of people to care, and that's what greatness is all about.
Yep, I agree. Just a quick question: is Philly Noodles okay? Like, is he alive? Do we have confirmation that he is still breathing?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
It
not
kind of sounded like I don't know, but he kind of just moaned real loud and then just sort of went over. I don't know. I hope he's okay. We're pulling for you, Philly. And Charles, dude, if I could fart like you, man, I'd be doing it every day. I would. That would be my mode of transportation if I could do what you do, man. I wouldn't drive my car. I'd be using the same amount of gas, but I wouldn't be paying for it.
Charles has to lean into his superpower. You got to play to your strengths.
Completely agree. Yeah, don't take it too personal, Charles. You know just let the hate roll off your back. It's very easy. It's very easy. I work with kids. Most of them like me, but a bunch of them hate me. I don't give a shit. They're like 15.
That's right.
You know, doesn't matter. The last thing I wanted to say, just with the tight end we're all looking at, this I think this guy he'll fill a lot of different needs. Because as a tight end, they're typically a safety valve, and if we're going to have a rookie quarterback, whether it's this year or next year. An experienced safety valve along with a guy who can catch the ball in the red zone and can block for a running game would be a really great piece that can fill multiple roles. So this is something I wanted to add, and just thinking about what everybody else has been saying about Warren.
Yeah, look, there are so many good tight ends in this class, so I'm open to a lot of them, to be honest with you. I just feel like if they went Warren, I would get it if the board breaks a certain way. That was kind of my point in the monologue at the top. It's like,
yeah,
you don't want to be picking in the top 10 going forward. You might not have a chance to get a player this talented that high. And it's like, oh, well, non-premium position. I get that. But I don't want to take a lesser player just because it's a the guy plays a premium position. If you told me Tet was clearly worth a top 7 pick, I'd rather a receiver than a tight end. But
yeah,
I just think if you do the talent level, after you get past the first couple quote unquote blue chip guys, I think there's a drop off. But I think Warren is on the level of being a top 7 pick, if that makes sense from a talent perspective.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think the Asmanians, we got to remember that we're all a community, and that we all care about each other, and some of us just got to tone it down a little bit. And it reminds me of high school. I just left that place, so we got to be a little more mature, I think. But that's just my thoughts.
I agree, Barbarossa. But this tournament, I mean,
I
people
know it's
want to
bringing
win.
out the best and worst in people.
You're the man, Barbarossa. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Great call. Barbarossa is not a 10 seed this time next year, by the way. He's a great caller. And as Charles Gorham would say, a great family man. Super chat from Rahul. Rahul, you're in the raffle for 8 with this $20 entry. For those tuning in late, which I'm seeing a spike in viewership, so I guess there was a late bloom here. Today's the last show before tomorrow's Asmaniac raffle. We got 5 items to give away, all signed by Jet Legends. Hall of Famer Curtis Martin helmet, Hall of Famer Darrell Rivas helmet, Hall of Famer Don Maynard helmet, Hall of Famer Joe Namath helmet, Hall of Famer Kevin Mawai helmet are 5 items in the raffle tomorrow morning, likely in the 10 a.m. hour, but check the Discord for the exact time. Mike D's Nuts says, Barbarossa, respect. Dana says, what's the price for putting them back on, Jake? Ooh, that's a good one. Bobby's not on hold right now, so I can't go to him. But if Bobby calls back in, maybe I'll put each of them on individually to explain their side because I can't trust them to be on the screen together. It's too dangerous. I don't know if there's a price, Dana. There is no price. Unless I put them both on, and as Nate suggests, they're just muted. And they just have to look at each other. The second Rumble Rob was in today. Him and Chiefs fan got into it earlier. Chiefs fan was dropping a C word on Rob. Riot says, no, we need the price. Fine. $50, 10 memberships. A normal bounty price. Bobby's not on the line, though, so it's a moot point. Comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. Hit the like button if you haven't. Give me a follow on Instagram if you haven't as well. At Jake Asman on Instagram. At Jake Asman Show as well. We're posting clips multiple times throughout the week from the show that you'll find there. Same with Twitter. At Jake Asman is where you could find my account. At Jake Asman Show is where you could find the show account. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. Papa Jet is on the line. Hello, Papa Jet.
Got me, Jake?
What's up, Papa Jet?
Sorry, you caught me off guard. Yeah, I was on hold for a while, and I had to go eat, and I was listening to the show while I was eating, and Bobby and Rob came on, and my wife goes, "Who was that?" And I had to mute it real quick, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to join your club anymore. I don't know, but anyways. The bracket, I think I'm doing pretty good. I only had the Beast winning two rounds, so I didn't have him going all the way, so that's good.
I had him losing in the Sweet 16 to King Lowski.
Okay. No, I forgot who I had, who I had beaten him, but I only had him winning twice, so still alive. And as far as the draft talk today, I wouldn't hate the Warren pick. Me personally, right now, we'll see what happens after free agency. I would like to move back. I know you need a partner to do that, but I just think this draft is a good draft for depth, and we have a lot of holes, so I wouldn't mind trading back. I mean, we need a safety, a tight end, possible cornerback, linebacker, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. So I would like to trade back, and I would actually do it a couple times. I think you can even get into the 18 to 22, 23 range. I still think you can get a starter and it would fill a hole, and you'd pick up extra picks. Could maybe a third, a couple thirds, couple fourths, and I think that's the way to go. But I guess we'll see how free agency goes.
Yeah, look, they got holes to fill, but they're going to be active. They got about $55 million in cap space, Papa Jet. So the moves will happen fast on Monday. I mean, that's NFL free agency. It happens quick. Now, last year was kind of interesting because remember the Jets, like they waited till like 11 p.m. last year to make like 3 moves. Remember they signed like Tyrod, Kinlaw, and Simpson all within like an hour of each other on night one. I remember it was up late last year doing a show. Kyle Clifton, how is Barbarossa only in college? I'd love if Barbarossa was my teacher. That guy's awesome. Deborah in the raffle for 1. Thank you, Deborah. We'll get you down. Barbarossa taking advantage of the $20 super chat. 8 raffle entry special for this show only. Give me the helmet, baby. LFG Jets. Let's remember we're family and save the hate for people who deserve it. Bills, Finns, and Pats fans. Also, the Jet game on Tuesday was hilarious. I sent you some pics. Where did you send it, Barbarossa? I didn't get it. Tell me where you sent it. Did you message me on Discord or I didn't see it? I'll look for it though. That's hilarious. For those who don't know or didn't watch the show the other day, Barbarossa wore him and his wife a Sauce Gardner Jets jersey to the New York Islanders Winnipeg Jets matchup. And he was trying to lead Jet chants, which is funny. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Midnight is called back. Rob is on hold. I can't trust either of them to be on the screen at the same time. So I will go one by one, and we'll break down this situation.
Well, you know, I need to find Matt O'Leary. He's supposed to come on my show. I want his butt on a stick.
Yeah, I took weed. So what am I a trade for? I don't know why. Because I met weed in person. We had a great, we're friends. I don't know you from Butthead, Glenhead from Butthead. So I don't care about him. I don't know why he called me a traitor, so I don't care about that.
All right, you stay on the hold. Rob, your response.
He better watch his mouth with the insults because I've always liked Bobby a lot. I thought he's a really fair, nice guy, but he's crossing the line. So he better watch with the butthole and I got effing weed and stuff. I didn't like the way he came across. That's the reason why I lost my temper, Jake, because initially I did like Bobby a lot. And I think his brother Mikey's even better than he is. But you know what? I just don't like
your issue with Bobby
insults.
Is that
he needs to calm down.
Is your issue with him that he voted against you?
It's just the way he came across and the way he said it was very insulting. I just didn't like the way he said it.
Rob, your internet is acting up. We go back to Bobby for a comment. Bobby?
Hold on. I have to call you back. Hold on. No, he called me trade for no reason. I don't know. And then he puts down my co-host Addison saying that he could break into Carl Clifton's house. He's good at picking locks and stealing. That's what he said yesterday. So he runs his big mouth. Who cares about you big you calling me racist? You're the racist one. So
Whoa. We don't need to throw racist accusations around.
No, he does throw racist all the time.
Nobody's a racist around here. Let's not use that word.
He is. The way he comes out.
Whoa. All right. Let's go back to Rob for a comment. Rob?
See, this is what I'm talking about. These are the jabs that he's thrown that he's pissing me off, Jake. He's really crossing the line. He's got to watch his freaking mouth. Okay? He wants to vote for weed. Okay, vote for weed. But stop with the insults. Because in the past, I always treated him with respect. The reason why I stopped coming to his show was because it was like the zoo there, and you really couldn't get in words in edgewise. So it had nothing to do with because I had a dislike for Bobby. But you know what? I don't like the way he comes across with the insults. He's got to stop with that shit because he's going to further piss me off. That's all I'm saying.
You started it first. Call me a traitor. I didn't do anything to you. I took weed because he's my pal. So leave me alone. Don't tell me who I like. Don't talk. Don't ever have my mouth, my name coming out of your mouth. Okay. Do not talk to me. I don't care about you. Okay. Definitely. You started with Trader.
Good.
So
I don't
shut
care
up.
if you care about.
Capitalist. Capital fish. Dana,
Oh, well, that's gonna get down. I'm done with that. I'm not a capitalist.
Come back on, Jake. Put him back on, Jake. Put him back on. Put Bobby back on.
he's gone, Rob. There's no more Bobby. He dropped off.
Okay. I don't care if he wants to vote for weed and that's his buddy. It's just the way he came across. He came across like insulting me, and that's what I didn't appreciate. And I said, "Oh, you traitor!" And then he came on, "F you! He's gonna kill you!" And that's when I lost my temper, because I wouldn't have came on to his show way back when he was trying to make a beginning if I didn't think of him as a good guy. But you know what? Don't cross the line with me. I don't like that. That's all I'm saying.
Rob, appreciate the time. Now, how does this impact polling? That's the question. Right now, it's 58-42, so it really hasn't had much of an impact at all. Ladies and gentlemen, more calls before we wrap. Dana, I got you. I hope you enjoyed that one. Bobby's not even on the line, though. I can't even put him on. I can't put those two on the show again together. Are you out of your mind? More calls. We were worried something happened to this guy when we went to him earlier. He's back, though. Philly Noodles, are you okay?
My phone died. My fiance looked at me. She goes, "Oh," she goes, "What the hell did you do?" I was like, "Oh crap!" It's like I'm at that moment. The bracket matchup's coming up soon. So jitter. Little jitters here. Can't have no reception problems. Can't have phone dying. Hopefully the call's after work. If it's during work, I'm gonna have to pull some magnificent moves here. I don't even know what. I'll pretend I'm on like a phone call, walk around and tour the whole entire office building. I don't even know. I won't be able to light anything on fire. It's going to be something else. First off, Rob, I don't think he's learned from his past regression. Whenever he gets angry, like the callers are against him. Like his anger towards like the football team is fine, but when his anger is against another caller, it tanks on him. And then weed, all he has to do is light up, and he's back in the graces of everybody. So if Rob doesn't have that moment to just do that. So him pinning that against weed, it actually worked for weed. And Bobby has been back to regular Bobby. He's trying to drag the other Bobby out of Bobby, but it's not going to work, and it's going to make Bobby look good right now. Bobby, listen, oh man, what is going on? JJ's back. It's like everything's going all right.
It's ASMANIAC Madness, baby. Everyone's
It is
ready,
the madness, dude. It is the madness. I'm not even gonna make one of those things that Gator. I'm not. You know what, Gator? I love you tonight, bro. I'm not gonna.
Philly. He's back. You're
Oh.
back. You're good. It's a StreamYard issue. It's not. That wasn't
okay.
you.
All right. I was gonna say shit. Yeah, man. So, football talk real quick. I don't know if you just came across a thing. Wagner just signed for almost 10 mil. So Sherwood, I feel like is gonna have to get 12.
Well, he's probably gonna get. Well, it depends though, because it's probably. I didn't see the contract. It's a 1-year deal. I'm imagining, right, for his age. So, like, if Sherwood's in that 8 to 10 range, it's probably guaranteed the first 2, third year there's an out.
That's what I would like.
Yeah, I would keep him. Jamie Sherwood's a good football player. Like, they need to. If you get rid of him, you need to replace him. You're not finding a better Jamie Sherwood. This guy wants to stay. Keep him.
I said earlier, I thought a really great deal would be like, 3 for 36 with 24 guaranteed. Maybe a little more. See what he could do to get the other bit incentive laden. That'd be great. And then real quick with wide receivers before I go, man, what do you think about the old school guys? Like, first off, what's his name? Christian Kirk. I'm worried about his injuries, but I mean, Keenan Allen. It's not a bad name, but it's also like a watch name almost at this point. What do you think about Keenan Allen? Maybe a couple other veterans.
I'm trying to get
Patrick's
younger there. I give me Darius Slayton, Tim Patrick. Start there. Like this, I'm trying to learn from the Mike Williams thing last year. Like these guys just might be shot. Just get younger there if you can. They and they're gonna have to draft guys. Kirk is not an option anymore though. He got traded to the Texans.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That just happened. And my sleeper pick for the draft, I'm gonna keep. I mean, last year it was Corley. Listen, I want everybody to realize That was a hiccup thing. That ain't gonna happen this season. They're gonna do something with him. But Besh, the wide receiver Besh.
Jack Besh.
Yeah, they got to draft that kid. Either him or Nick Nash. Nick Nash, they're both really polished route running
Green
wide
Bean
receivers.
loves Nick Nash. Loves him.
Yeah, great
Wants to
hands
make
too.
sweet love
both
to
of them.
him.
Yeah, dude, let him. You know what I mean? I don't blame Green Bean. This kid, that dude is nice, bro. And they're both older on the older side. Just
Yeah,
because of NIL, we're getting older veterans now, essentially, in college.
Let's see. Well, Don doesn't have Nick Nash as in his a graded wide receiver. He has him just out of the top 41. Maybe he hasn't done a full report on him yet, but
that sounds like a steal round 5 Puka style. You know what I'm saying?
Besh, second or third round grade, he has him on. I like him. I know he was the MVP of the Senior Bowl too.
I would double dip if they could. You know, I'll take both of them. You know, for sure. But
I'm in.
Yeah.
Who'd you vote for? Did you vote for Weed or you vote for Rob?
I voted Weed, and like I said, I probably would have voted Rob if the campaign Weed's killing the campaign, bro. Just the images behind, like he even said it. He's a one-trick pony. That's a pretty good trick. And they say if you got a good trick.
Man. Hey, Deontay Wilder only had one punch knockout, but you know what? Won him a lot of fights.
We saw the one punch Brigger win. You know, and he didn't even bring the punch. What are we talking about? You know?
Yeah.
All right.
That was more of an
Asmaniac
anti-Beast thing than I think Brigga needing to be on the attack, but Brigga had the right approach. Just let the chat vote out Beast.
I'm surprised. He's like, what is it, Lewis and Cagney? He's just that detective in the corner, just sitting there. He's just taking people out. You know, it's going to be a good second round. You know, the second rounds are going to be nuts. First off, let's just get that off. It's going to be crazy that these guys are making it through. What's JJ's second round?
Big fella.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the first Chicken Soup Region opening rounds in the books. Here's the round of 32 for the Chicken Soup Region.
Look at that. Well, first off, I think the fight of the century is going to be whatever happens with King Lowski versus whoever. I'm saying Gorman versus Lowski is going to be nuts, bro. The Chicken Soup.
Now you can see what the committee was thinking, though, right?
Yes,
because that's the matchup, man. Like there's so much storylines built into that, so it'd be incredible.
Yeah, and JJ versus the big fella with the bed move. He's calling out the bed move, but the move on the bed, it works for him. Him just chilling there. So it's like, I don't know if he should go that route. He's gonna have to do something. The campaign
That's the
video.
branding. It's all about the branding.
Yeah,
man.
that's his thing. You know, he's like Kevin Nash, or you remember the WWE wrestler? What do they call him? Big Sexy.
I like it.
Kevin Nash. Yeah, that's him right there. You know what I mean? But all right, bro. Yeah.
Philly, I appreciate you, man. Good call. Keep it rolling here. But first, let's shout out Mimosa. Who else other than Mimosa? She's always coming through. Mimosa, you got to make your caller debut at some point. All right. You're repping the 4.5% female demographic. I got to check the analytics. It was 4.5 the other day. If it could get to like 4.8, I will officially start calling it the 5%ers. All right. And honestly, this show gives you drama like Real Housewives, Sex in the City, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. You want drama. I mean, we give it to you on this channel every day. Dicker the Kicker with a great comment. I bookmarked. This channel has everything. Drama, comedy, romance, sports. Imagine if the Jets were ever good. Barbarossa says he sent all the pictures and videos on Instagram. I'll go through it tonight, Barbarossa. We'll play it on the show next time you call, and that's awesome. Mimosa, her super chat. Jake, can't say enough. You do an amazing job. Always keep us entertained. Vote for Weed. He should be lighting up the womanizer, paper tiger, or parrot. Damn. Mimosa, not a fan of Rob from Glenhead. But Mimosa, thank you. I got you in the raffle with this right here. 10 for Mimosa. You know what? If we're doing 8 for 20 super chats, let's be fair. What would the math be for a $50 one? It'd be 12? 12. Screw it. 12 entries for Mimosa.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
13, actually. We'll do plus 3 because normally 20 would be 5, and now it's 8 today. 13 for Mimosa with this. Thank you, Mimosa. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you still on hold. We have not heard from this guy, I don't believe, since the bracket reveal happened. He is a tough challenge in his matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, South Ass is on the line.
Yo, I'm not in the bracket.
You're in the bracket.
Since when? I didn't know, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
South Ass, you're going up against Gary.
No way. Well, I'm calling in as the 6th Ninja Turtle. I didn't even know I'm in the tournament. I was kind of going to vote for Rob, and then I'm sitting here smoking up with like my boy Weed. Weed's got to get a bong though. He needs to get rid of that bull.
Now, Southwest, have you not been watching the show? How were you unaware that you were not in the tournament?
Bro, I've been listening every day. I haven't been catching it live. My dog died a couple weeks ago. I've been in a fucked up state of mind, kind of.
Sorry to hear that.
But I didn't know, dude. I haven't heard nobody say nothing about me. That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, Gary's not trying to
Oh,
look
shit.
past you, but a lot of people think
Yeah.
he's going to steamroll you. You gotta.
I mean, he probably will. Gary's funny. He's got a lot of clips behind him, a couple videos behind him, you know. I'm more just usually calling with a serious take, but I'm watching and I see him throw Rob up as a Ninja Turtle, bro. And I'm like, let me get my bandana and call it Roberto, bro. I'm fucking dying, bro. So it was a good laugh. I just wanted to call in and say what up, you know. Like I got you on the TV too.
I love it, Southwest. I don't know. Did you see Bobby Midnight's meltdown earlier? That was very reminiscent of when you and him went at it back in the day.
No, I was watching. What did I watch today? I had to bring my dad to a therapy appointment today. A lot of y'all probably calling your parents. I'm 30 years old. You might call your parents. They got dinner ready. We're going on vacation. I'm taking my dad to the psych ward, bringing him to it's crazy. So take care of your parents. Be grateful for your parents if they do shit for you. Your parents own a house. None of my parents own houses. Nobody owns nothing, you know? So that's what I've been doing. I've been missing live shows and shit, but I got to catch up.
Well,
Definitely, bro.
Southwest, we miss you, man. You're a great call. I hope everything's
Yeah.
better with your family, and sorry about
Thank
your
you, bro.
dog. And good luck
You're a
against
big
Gary.
part.
I think you got a chance against him. As much as people love Gary, a lot
I'm
of
gonna
people
have to
don't
call
like
from
Gary.
the Jets cave, bro. I'm gonna have to go up in the Jets cave and get the
Yeah.
call going. Get the Jets helmet on. I'll get it crazy, bro. Don't get
Let's
me
go.
going. When is
Let's
it
go.
going down? I need to put this in my Google Sheets or something.
I could get you a more. Are you in the Discord, Southwest? I don't even know.
I'm a member, but I had trouble getting in the Discord, so
You got to
maybe.
be a Patreon member. But either way, we'll let you know in advance. You're not going to be for a little while here because we're going in
All
order
right.
from left to right. So right now, if you look at what we're doing, we did Cheats Fan this morning, Weed and Rob right now. We still got to do the rest of the Hood region. Then you're in the Butter region, but you're the last matchup of the Butter region. So you
The Butter
probably have at
region.
least another week and a half before you go.
How fitting they put me in the Butter region. It's hilarious, bro. You're great for my everyday. Bro, if I can't sleep at 2 in the morning, I hop in a hot shower and I listen to this shit. It's
I
like,
appreciate
I
it, man. Thank you.
appreciate you, bro. Keep doing your thing. We'll link at a game soon, and I ain't gonna do no politicking, but I'll try to call and at least state my case. Y'all, love you
I
guys.
love
Go
it.
Jets.
South S, great call, man. Awesome call. Hey, how about our guy Neil dropping a 10 spot on the last day to be eligible for the raffle? Neil, in for 10. This is for him. Hold on. I actually have something very specific for Neil. That's perfect.
Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches.
Eric Schmidt, Z, Brandon Harper, Demon Kills, Justin Pringle, Soldiers of God, Roger Anthony, Devaney, Card Cave Central, Kevin Servo, all receiving memberships there from Neil. Neil is actually called in. He is on the line, and I'm curious what his thoughts are. And his guy Rob up against it right now against Weed. Neil, how are you?
Had a very busy day today. I just got done eating. To South asked, what kind of dog did he have? You didn't even ask him. I feel bad for his
Well,
dog.
I didn't want to ask him about his dog. He's talking about how the dog died. I didn't want to bring up a bad
I know,
thing.
but you like to reminisce. I lost my other dog to cancer, but the other one I had, and with Duke, Paris was her name, and it's horrible when they die. It's horrible.
Yeah,
it is so bad. I mean, I couldn't be in the room when they euthanized her. I was like, but she wanted to die. I mean, when you have cancer, these dogs, they tell you, they know when it's time to go. People just don't want to let go, but they know when it's time to go. They want out. They don't want to suffer. Dogs don't want to suffer. Anyhow, I want to say happy birthday to Leanie. I have to butter Leanie up just in case, I want to get my in there. As far as Rob goes, I'm a little disappointed in the chat. I like Weed. Weed and I have chopped it up outside of T Squared. He knows I'm a man of the people. I like Nate. I like all the guys. I'm right there with him. I was a I was a crazy man myself back in the day, so I could tell you I did everything those guys did and more. I would be an interesting thing if Weed and I got together in a room, right? And he just smoked pot and I smoked cigars, and we just smoked it up. Had a big smoke out, and we see who could last in the room the longest.
That's our next challenge this offseason, the
Right?
smoke out challenge.
Let's do a smoke out and see. Let's see who could last longer in the room together. I think we could outlast me because I'll be coughing my brain out. But great show. Everything's going well. I feel bad for Rob. Look, Rob, he got into, Rob is a passionate Jet fan. Okay. I love passion. Jet fans are Jet fans. To me, Rob is a Jet fan. He loves the Jets. He loves you, Jake. He loves the guys and he loves everybody. He feels really, really bad. This guy wears his heart on his sleeve. He's got a heart as big as his mitts. I got to tell you, Rob is all heart. He's all heart. He's not anything anybody says, all this bullshit about him being racist. That's all nonsense. That's the media talking. That's the Asmaniac media. Rob, they got their own little media. Rob is a super guy. He's my Goomba. I love him. And again, it is what it is. Weed has a nice following of a lot of people who like weed, but we'll see what happens. And
I think Weed has a chance against Chiefs fan because the voter turnout today for Chiefs fan, while he won, a lot of people couldn't look past the fact that he's not a Jet fan. So I think Weed's got a chance next round.
I caught a quick glimpse of that. I'm not surprised at that. I caught a little of that banter between, with Rob and Weed. Chiefs fan. That was pretty brutal. Rob got his temper. One thing he got it. But there's nobody I'd rather have next to me in a tight spot in a foxhole than my boy Rob. My boy Rob, my boy Peter Castro. These guys are foxhole guys. There's with us, you get one thing. You get loyalty, Jake, and that's it. We're loyal right to the end.
Castro and you going at it in a potential Elite Eight is on the table.
I'm not going to look by anything, okay? I got Leany. I got Indy Jets. I'm not looking by anybody.
Leany says, thank you, Neil, but sweet talking ain't going to work if I see you next round. Just saying.
Wow, I like that. I want her fired up. Jake, all I think about with Leany is there's that little thing where you have me on the thing, and in the background, she's doing this with the wine. Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Right. See if you have that. There's a with Leany.
Jake, I've made all 13 of my points. Before you cut me off again, I'm going to throw myself out this goddamn window.
There she is. There she is. Leany's another one. She's a terrific Jet fan. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She knows the team real well. I'm going to tell you, the 4%ers, a lot of them, they're loyal Jet fans. I mean, you have to be. I mean, to root for this team.
It was Henny. She was slugging Henny, she says.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful shot. But, it was a bad day that day. I don't remember what happened. We probably one of our Zach losses that we were ready to kill ourselves with.
Yep.
And we've been, look, we've been through a lot of pain, and we'll see what happens. We're turning the page. Monday, let me ask you a question. When does free agency officially start? Monday?
Monday at 12 Eastern, I believe, is when legal tampering starts, which is basically free agency.
So people will get signed on that Monday? Or not?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to do your matchup, Neil. Depends how I have a wedding Sunday, so I have to get back to the city.
Do mine in the afternoon. I want to see a bunch of people like last year when everybody, here's another free agent, and here's another free agent, and here's another free agent. Oh, all the offensive linemen went, and here comes Joe Douglas with his little pocketbook. He opens his change purse. I'll take a little $1 million out for Tyron.
They made good moves last year, we thought at the time, though. We got to be fair. We all liked the Tyrod signing. We all liked the Mike Williams signing, Tyron Smith.
I like the Mike Williams signing. Tyron was a late guy. You know what I mean, Jake? A lot of big name. He wasn't a big money guy. He was a guy you had to take a shot on. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
they
He
needed a
wasn't
backup,
a
though.
slam dunk. He was not a slam dunk.
You weren't going to be able to get Brissett, who had a chance to start, as we saw. You weren't going to be able to get Minshew, who had a chance to start. Tyrod was the best available backup they could have.
No, I'm talking about Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith. Yeah, but all the other offensive linemen weren't good either. Like we all thought Tyron Smith. We thought Tyron Smith was going to get $15 million a year. Allen was saying there's no way the Jets are going to pay that and get him, and he signed for $6.5 million. Turns out he was washed.
Because nobody wanted him. So obviously they knew. Dallas
yeah, but no one knew he
was
was second team All Pro last year. I can get on Joe Douglas for a lot. That not working out. I mean, it's just typical Jet luck. A guy comes to the Jets, he's washed.
I was furious the fact that we didn't do anything the first couple of days, right?
You wanted Tyron Smith though when they signed him.
I wanted Tyron Smith because there was nobody left, Jake. He was the only guy left.
Yeah, but he was also considered the top guy.
No, he wasn't.
Who was?
No, there was a guy from that went for got a $60 million contract. What are you talking about? There was 2 or 3 linemen that got $15, $20 million plus.
There were some guards.
No, not paid. Left tackle.
That's what they needed.
Guard.
They needed a left tackle.
This
was you last year.
If we don't get Tyrone Smith and shore up this goddamn offensive line, I'm done. This is bullshit. Everybody's praising Joe Douglas. I gotta tell you, I'm starting to get pissed. This is the difference between a winner and a goddamn loser. We're a bunch of losers. I'm tired of it. Tyrone Smith's sitting there. What does Joe Douglas say? But draw the line. I will give you $12 million. Wait, you're not going to pay the guy? What are you waiting for? Jesus Christ, I'm pissed.
They got him. He unfortunately sucked.
Hang on. That was after a week of everybody signing every free agent in the world, and we just jumped in. We jumped into the water.
They signed a lot of free agents. Like who did they miss out on? Who did they miss out on though? We all wanted Tyron Smith. They got him. When Mike Williams got cut, I remember I was at a work conference in Manhattan, and I said the Jets should sign him. And then they made the Morgan Moses trade later that day, and they signed Mike Williams a couple days later. He had the breakfast sandwich thing.
It was a junk pile at that point. At that point, all the good guys were gone.
Who though? They didn't miss out on anyone.
First day, could we see?
They will sign someone on the first day. I think they will sign one of the top safeties on the first day. They might sign a quarterback like Justin Fields on the first day.
He's going to be a backup for Tyrod Taylor. What do you think he's going to start?
I think he could. I think he beats out Tyrod Taylor.
No way. Tyrod smokes him. No way. I say Tyrod Taylor is worlds better than Justin Fields. Maybe Justin Fields comes in if Tyrod gets hurt. But, hey, listen, Tyrod throws a beautiful long ball, man.
I get it. Justin Fields, though, is a way better athlete. And if they want to design an offense around him, you're better chances to do that with Fields.
Why don't we take Strebler back? He could run a nice RPO also. What are we on? A guy who can't throw the ball?
Fields is a better thrower of the football than Chris Strebler. Come on.
No, I'm being sarcastic. I'm saying we got a guy that needs to throw the ball a little bit too.
I agree. And I think Justin Fields hopefully can continue to get better as a passer. I don't think he's great. I would understand if they signed him what they're trying to do. There's at least upside there. Do you think Sam Darnold was going to win 14 games this year, or Baker Mayfield was going to be a top 10 quarterback?
All I want to know is where is Aaron Rodgers going? It looks to me
probably the Giants, because that'd be the most jet-like thing.
Oh my God! Oh, that would be a very jet-like thing for the Giants to springboard us. Because all I've had to hang my hat on in the last 8 years is that the Giants have sucked just as much as the Jets. But it would be apropos if Aaron came in and took them to the playoffs. And we're all sitting there with our 5-win, 6-win season.
Sure. And just remember all the people that said they didn't want him back.
Oh, God, Jake, that would kill me. That would kill me.
I know. I expect it to happen if that happens, because I expect now the worst for the.
Do you have a lot of Giant fans in your life that bust your balls or no?
I have some, not really, not a ton. They've been so bad.
I have a ton, Jake. Because don't forget, I've been, the only thing I could always talk about. Here's how I watched the last 10 years. Oh, the Jets lost. Oh, come on, Giants lose, so I don't have to hear it. You understand? You know what I mean? That's what ends up happening when you suck. You hope everybody gets in the same pool as shitty as you are, and the Giants, have been just as bad as us.
They've been worse.
Tell you right.
They've been worse lately. The last couple of years.
Right.
Now they did go to the playoffs, but
Let me ask you a question. Gun to your head, okay? if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Giants and they go big in free agency and they get their defense fixed, the defensive line is way better than ours, okay? But, linebackers, they get a corner, they start straightening the team out. Gun to your head, okay? Who's going to have a better record at the end of the year, the Jets or the Giants? Gun to your head. Gun to your head right now.
They sign Rodgers and they bring Devon. I mean, I probably would say the Giants. Yeah, I probably would say the Giants.
Both teams, it's again. I don't mind. And when we say,
I think the Jets have a better roster though, but the Giants. Yeah. I don't know what Aaron Glenn is as a coach. I think Dable at least has proven if he gets good quarterback play, he could take a team to the playoffs.
I'm not convinced we're going to suck. I mean, if that's the point, I'm not here to win 7 games. Okay, if Aaron Glenn is a good coach, we had a top 5 roster last year. If Aaron Glenn is what is advertised, and we have a great play caller that just came from Detroit, where they had great imagination. If this guy's half as good as the Detroit OC, we should be able to move the ball and get creative, and I'm okay with that. All right, I'm okay with it, and we should win 9-10 games if our defense comes back to play and we have a well-coached team and not bullshit. I mean, and I don't know if I want to throw the towel in on Greg the Leg. I got to be honest with you.
No, get a new kicker.
Yeah, I guess, but
bring back Eddie Pinheiro. They could save money by cutting.
Pinheiro stinks. I would not take Pinheiro.
What do you mean? He's been good. He's been good.
He can't kick the ball more than 48 yards.
I need someone that can hit kicks. Not him, someone else. So find a different kicker.
Yeah, not Pinheiro, please, not Pinheiro. I don't like Pinheiro. I do not like it. Look, let's see how Greg the Leg does in preseason. If he could kick, isn't he under contract this year?
They're gonna cut him
for sure. How do you know?
Zerline, you're asking about?
Yeah, they're gonna cut him for sure.
Yeah, because they saved money and he stunk.
Oh, they would save money if they cut him. Well, how much they paying? They pay him like $3 or $4 million, right?
He will be gone. We will see you later, Greg Zerline.
All right. So again, happy birthday, Leanie. Everything's going well. Rob, lick your wounds. Not a big deal. Weed, if we are a T-squared, you better be on the high, because if Rob comes looking for you, I'm not going to protect you. You may be having a lot of weed. A lot of lit weed lit weed joints in your mouth when are lit, but I'm not. No, that's not going to happen. Rob is good people. He's got a good heart. Not a big deal. He loves you, Jake. He loves the show. He loves the ASMANIACs, and he's been there right from the start. And Weed's great too.
I'm a fan of both. This is a tournament of fun.
Listen, I'm a fan of. I like Weed. I'm not a fan of. I only have a couple of fans. See, to me, King, the guys that are on this show and have been through thick and thin, those are my boys. They know who they are. I don't have to name them. They know who they are. And we are going to prevail one day, like I always say. When we walk down Broadway and it's time to throw the confetti, I'll have confetti pouring on my face with you, Jake. Jake, you're going to beat it, Jake.
Neil, I'll see
you.
There's only...
These goddamn exploding cigars. I gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
Neil, good call. Knob with a super chat. I'm disappointed today we delivered proof the silent majority is a myth. Rob needed to lean into his rage today to secure the win. Well, it's not over yet, but it's 58-42 with almost 600 votes that have been cast. Mickey, super chat. Rookie AVT looked like future all-pro left guard, and JD's dumbass signed Lakin Tomlinson and changed AVT to a position. That's when I realized JD was bad. I don't think that was the problem. I think the problem was Lakin Tomlinson just stunk. Now, should they have just left AVT at left guard? I guess, but at the time when they signed Lakin Tomlinson, he was coming off a Pro Bowl season. Turns out, you play next to Trent Williams, you can look pretty good. Jets Johnny wants in the raffle. Well, guess what, Jets Johnny? 12 raffle entries with this $50 super chat. It's a special for today's show only. Going to start to wind down the show. So last chance to get in the raffle tomorrow morning. Kevin Mawai helmet, Joe Namath helmet, Maynard helmet, Revis helmet, Martin helmet, all signed. Gift away if you want in.
The freaking New York Jets. So we're built for this shit.
Or send super chats, which today we're accepting $10 super chats for 3. $20 super chats for 8. Nick Shine. Neil going to talk until Rob comes back. This could be a very long show. You might miss the wedding Sunday. Well, we know Neil's got his 18 points he's got to make. You prepare for it. Paolo writes in, Jake Asman show, apparently the show to get high to. Hey, look, we polled the audience. Do you smoke pot? I think it'd be a strong majority saying yes. Jersey Joe says, sign Fields and draft the flyer in Milrow. We talked about Milrow specifically this morning, Jersey Joe, if you want more on him. Cater the offense towards their talents. Hope for a home run. Also put respect on B-Man. He's taking this home. Look, I think B-Man is a very underrated pick. The problem that B-Man's going to run into is he going to call in or is he going to fall asleep during his matchups? We have not heard from B-Man in about a week. So B-Man, if you're out there, call in. I think B-Man on reputation could get by Charlie the dog groomer. But Philly and Doug, well, more so Philly. If Philly gets by Doug, Philly's an active caller. People might vote for Philly. And then even if B-Man does get by Philly, we know Bonesy will be here when it matters. And the all-Poughkeepsie matchup of Bonesy versus V-Man is a fascinating one. Terrence says, Jake, I need to rock the Asmaniac hat. I love the show. It's too funny. What's the link again? JakeAsman.com, Terrence. It's in the description. My merch store is on my website. It's JakeAsman.com. If you're a Patreon member, Terrence, you'll get 20% if you use the code. So I would join the Patreon first because you'll save more money on the hat than a month of the membership would cost. So it's worth the value there. Basically get a free month. JV, dinner for schmucks. Also AR Giants 2025. I don't know if Aaron's going to go there, but if he does, I would expect him to play well. And all you people in denial, get ready. Aced Up says, look what Favre did when he left the Jets. He went to Minnesota, had one of his best seasons. Here's the thing, though. I don't mind that because the Jets were good in 2009, right? They drafted Sanchez. They had Rex. They went to the AFC title game. Like, Favre playing great doesn't bother me. Rodgers playing great and the Jets winning 4 or 5 games next year would really piss me off because I think he still could play. So if they let him go and this team wins 4 or 5 games with crap quarterback play and the Giants are competitive next year and they're 9-8, they make the playoffs, yeah, it's going to bother me. And I think if you're a real Jet fan, it should. Henny says, same guy who said 20 wins didn't want those players. This is reference to Neil, I think. Aced up. Whoa, baby. Great show, Jake. Smoke pot. You're in the raffle for this. I'll give you a little AG.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
I'm assuming the aced up thumbs up is aced up saying that he does, in fact, smoke pot. I appreciate it, aced up. I'll get you down. Purple Belt Mike, this was a hell of a show. It was. Fireworks on this show today. Rob versus Weed. Charles Gorman being Gorman. Gorman versus Weed, actually. Rob versus Bobby. I had to boot them both off the show. It got so out of hand. Couldn't even put them on the screen together. Had to go one by one. Unreal. Mike, thank you for the super chat as always, my friend. We're giving away a Namath helmet tomorrow. Mike was one of the 2 Asmaniacs who previously won a signed Joe Namath helmet. So I'm excited to see who wins that one tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it, but the theme for the raffle after tomorrow, so raffle 18, for all you 80s Jet fans, is New York Sack Exchange theme. That's the theme for the next raffle, so get ready. All right, a couple calls left here. Shane is on the line. Shane, thanks for holding. What's up, Shane?
I kind of just want to talk about, I kind of want to take the Broncos approach with how they got Bo Nix and their defense was just stacked with, maybe not as high of names. I feel like Joey Bosa I feel like maybe not a strong option, but maybe something to look into. But I feel like you draft Graham in the first round, get someone strong in the middle. You get, maybe a cheap corner in free agency. Not cheap, but, a solid number 2, like the guy from the Falcons. I forget his name. And then you fill out that safety, and I feel like if you have an elite defense, as long as you don't have Zach Wilson at quarterback like we did in 2023, we probably would have won 9-10 games.
Every year is different, though. They got to get a kicker who's automatic. They won a lot of tight one-score games. It's hard. You got to put when your quarterback is not great, which the Jets probably won't have a great quarterback next year. You have to basically be perfect in other areas. The defense has got to go back to being shut down. Kicking can't cost you 3 games like it did this year. Special teams can't cost you games, not just kicker, but how bad were they on punt returns? How bad were they on kick return? Like, you got to be better along the margins. And that's coaching. A lot of that's coaching. So hopefully Aaron Glenn and his staff are good.
Yeah, I feel like I also want to draft a kicker in the last round. I feel like that because there's some solid kickers coming out.
Are
And
they?
also-
I don't know. I don't know any of the kickers coming
There's
out.
2 kickers that actually are like really good.
All right. Well, if they took a kicker in round 6 with one of their 2 6-round picks, I wouldn't hate it.
And also, I like on my drive home, I was listening to the show, and all I heard was screaming.
Yeah. No, it got out of hand today.
I was like, what is going on? Because I showed up late, and I was like, I guess I got to go back and watch, but I was so confused.
I guess you heard Bobby and Rob. That was probably the most heated.
Yeah. I heard 2 people get booted, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was. I had no choice. You know, I thought they would be able to rumble like professionals, but you know, they had other ideas.
Some of the rumbles are getting out of hand recently.
This tournament has got a lot of people fired up. I mean, the Jets have been so bad. People are like, I have a chance to win something. I'm going to try and do it. The Jets can't.
That's true. There's a lot on the line here.
There is. The best of the best trophy is big time, and then the bracket pool. I'm giving away 2 premium tickets to a Jet game and some merch to whoever comes in first, and then some other items for 2nd and 3rd place too.
That's good. Hopefully it's a good game for the tickets though. So I went to one game last year. It was the Bills home game.
Oof.
So Hail Mary. That's all. Like leaving sucked with all the Bills fans, but that Hail Mary was so cool to see because I was in that end zone, and it was just everyone's like, "Oh, it's over." He threw it. Everyone just kind of eyes shot around, and it was caught. And that was pretty sweet because I've only been to like 3 Jets games.
Bill M goes, "What's the next raffle prize?" Stay tuned, Bill M. Anyway, Shane, I really like your lighting. It's very Jet centric. I mean, it's tremendous.
Yeah, it's normally not this color. I know unless I'm watching a Jets game, but sometimes for the Mets I change it to blue.
So you just have like whatever those like type of lights called that change colors.
Yeah, they're like ceiling in my room, and then I just change it.
I like it. Shane, I feel like you have a chance to be a really good regular on the show. I hope you keep calling.
Yeah, summer is tough for me because I work like every day, but like this time it was like I could call him. I'm not at school, and that's what I try to do now.
I love it. Dave wants to know: are you the Penn State student?
No, I go to a community college.
Dave, I'm not sure where you got that one from. I don't know who the Penn State student is.
No, but I remember the one time I commented, I'm like, "Oh, I'm only 20. I've never experienced winning," and the comments were like, "I'm 60 and I have 40 years." But my whole thing is like, at least you've experienced a playoff win. I was 6 in 2010. Like I don't remember that.
Now, what was the first season you remember like watching every game and really following?
Either McCown or Geno Smith. Because I remember the Geno Smith throw to someone's foot pops off the foot and it was a pick 6, and I was like,
"Oh yeah,
what did I get? What did I come into?"
Jets football, baby. I would tell you it gets better, but I really don't know.
I thought it was.
Look, these last 2 years have beaten me because I was about as positive as anyone. I would fight for this team publicly, defend. I can't do it. Win games, and I'll be right there with everyone else, excited, ready to go.
I thought I wanted Aaron Rodgers in the year. I understand why it's like they just kind of wanted to get rid of him, but at the same time, I'm like, if you're not getting like the top 2 options are like Justin Fields or I guess Daniel Jones, because apparently there's a lot of people who want him.
Oh please,
I wouldn't want that, but he does have a playoff win. I was thinking Brock Purdy if we would trade for him, but then they got rid of Debo and they're getting rid of Ayuk. They're probably just spent getting rid of money to pay him. So.
Yeah, look, I think they need to obviously, fill some holes here, but they're not going to be able to get a stud quarterback. They don't exist. They're going to have to, once again, find John Simpson types in free agency, guys that we're not expecting to be great, only cost a little bit and play really well. And then they're going to need to hit on a bunch of guys in the draft. Like it's got to be really good in the margins because the great quarterback is not going to be here to bail you out like other teams have.
That's like the one reason I want Dart is because like I think Shedeur is really good, but whenever he's like out of the games, he's like, "Oh, my O-line sucked," which it did, but you don't say that. He said his running back was terrible, and I feel like if you were to say Brees were terrible, the fans would come at him. Brees would probably have some like questions about it, but like I feel like that just wouldn't go well if he were to say the team's bad, which he would have some right to say because we haven't been good.
Yeah, look, there's a lot with Shador that kind of concerns me. But I'm not saying that I wouldn't pick him. Like if the Jets vet him and they think he can handle everything and they think he's a franchise quarterback, if he's there at 7, you probably take him. I have some doubts. I'd rather Cam Ward.
Same, I'd take him, but I'd be concerned if in like 1 year we're not so good and then he's like we're terrible and he's just calling people terrible and then it's like
yeah. Look, the quarterback I want more than anyone else at this point, obviously outside of Cam, is probably Dixon Hole.
The 27 pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Dixon Hole out of Arizona State. What am I, a mind reader?
Thank you very much, Shane. Great call. Call back more. Hopefully you see a winning season in your lifetime. Kyle Clifton in the raffle for 5 as I'm about to wind down this program.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
All right, if you hear your name called, thank the Kyle Clifton. By the way, Kyle Clifton, you'll like next week's raffle prizes. It's Sack Exchange themed, and obviously we know Beast Breaker thought you were in the Sack Exchange. Sauce, Mr. K, B. Stokes, Anthony Strano, and Jets, all receiving channel memberships. How about this from Aced Up? Aced Up, where have you been, man? Appreciate the support. Really feeling the show today, Jake. Raffle. I guess people love when grown adults scream and yell at each other.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Let's go, Aced Up. I got you.
It's the ASMANIAC membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
Or super chats of 20 or 50 or greater. So 20 entries in the raffle again here for Aced Up. Rick Kent at the buzzer. Rick, 5 more chances for you to win tomorrow.
It's the ASMANIAC membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
Here are the prizes again. If anyone wants in at the last second here, maybe you're just tuning in for the first time all week like South Ass was. He didn't even know he was in the tournament, which is amazing. Joe Namath signed helmet. Kevin Mawai signed helmet. Don Maynard signed helmet. Darrell Rivas signed helmet. Curtis Martin signed helmet. Got 5 prizes to give away tomorrow. And then right after we do the raffle, I will announce the prizes I will announce part of the prizes for ASMANIAC raffle number 18, which I think will be a huge one because it's free agency week. So a lot of the casuals will be back checking out what the Jets do on the show. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so. Because next week's going to be a lot of fun with free agency getting underway. A lot of fun. Dana says, I don't even watch other sports, man, just the Jets. One day, man, one day. I feel you, Dana. I feel you. You know, I have other teams I root for, but the Jets are the team, and it's been so bad. Football has always been my favorite sport, and I just want the team to be good again. Henny says that, okay, normally when we think we'll be bad, we're good. Yeah, but hasn't been the case in a while, though, to be fair. Everyone thought the Jets were going to be bad in 2021. Guess what they were? 2020, we thought they were going to be bad. They were. Like, it's easy to say that. But 2006 or 09 or even 2015, I know they didn't make the playoffs, but it's a while ago already. Sucks. We the People says if Rick Kent wins, Jake should have Nick mail him the prize. Peter says I experience teams like the Yankees and the Jets and the Nets. Let me tell you something. I'd much rather have the Yankees or Nets like team where we lose in the playoffs rather than not make it like the Jets. 100%. You know, people have said, would you rather be like the Steelers or like, you know, the Panthers? It's like, take the winning year. Like, yeah, it sucks to not get over the hump, but like you're in it every year. You have winning football. Your Mondays after your team wins Sunday are great. I miss the days when I was growing up. Back in my day, when the Jets were good in the 2000s, I used to wear a Jets jersey to school the Monday following a Jet win on Sunday. And that was the best. Kids today grow up, they don't get to wear their Jets jerseys to school on Mondays after games because the team never wins. That's what I want. John with a super chat here. Get me in the raffle for a helmet. You are in the raffle for 8 entries for this show only with this super chat. Shamir Stewart or Missouri O-lineman at 7 as Maniac Madness is goated. It certainly has been a feisty tournament today. I'll tell you that much. Both matchups today with a lot of intensity. Chiefs fans' intensity wasn't even at Bijan. It was actually at Rob. Get me in for a helmet. I got you down. As far as, is it Shamir or Shamar Stewart? I don't know the proper pronunciation, so I'll look into that. But as far as that goes, I don't know. He doesn't really have a ton of production. Like, I get it. People will say, well, you look at the traits. Doesn't it kind of remind you of the guy from Jacksonville that went number 1, Trayvon Walker? I don't know. I'd rather take Warren if he's there. Now, the Missouri O-lineman, I probably would take him over Stewart, to be honest. I don't know if he's going to be there, though, folks. There's a lot of talk of the Missouri O-lineman following his combine, Armin Mebu, being the first lineman off the board now. Maybe to New England at 4, so I don't know. Alan says Stewart is ghosted. I hate to agree with Alan, but I kind of agree. I don't know. Maybe he's good. I'd be a little concerned. If the Jets take him, he's going to be awesome. If they don't take him, I'm going to be great. Didn't want him. Dre Day in the raffle for 1. Thank you, Dre Day. Holy crap. At the buzzer. Last entry. Mimosa. My favorite Yankee was Thurman Munson, catcher who died in plane accident. Yes, I'd be surprised if people didn't know how Thurman Munson passed away, Mimosa, but absolutely. That was one of my uncle's favorite players. My uncle's the reason why I'm a Yankee fan, thank God. My dad cared about baseball. I'd be a Met fan. I've seen literally no winning in my lifetime. At least I have seen one of my teams win a championship. But yeah, Thurman Munson's awesome. Should be in the Hall of Fame. I think so, if you look at his numbers. Thank you very much, Mimosa. We will get you down with that $50 spot for 20 more raffle entries. And I also will play this for Mimosa because she's awesome.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hell yeah. All right, hit the like button if you haven't already. I want to update everyone on the standings for ASMANIAC Madness. But before I do that, I have to officially close the polls, which, ladies and gentlemen, I have officially closed voting in ASMANIAC Madness. And I am officially declaring the winner with 58% of the vote total versus 41%. We the People, who defeats Rob from Glenhead in the 8-9 matchup with 605 total votes that were cast by you, the people. Pun intended there for Weed. So, congrats to Weed. That sets up now a matchup in the round of 32 between Cheats Fan and Weed. So, Cheats Fan won earlier, and Weed won now. So I believe I have an updated graphic to reflect what it looks like. Let me put this on the screen. I do. Cheats Fan over Weed. You can see it on the left-hand side as we are off and running in the Hood region. And joining us right now to close out the show and react to his opponent, Weed the People, in the round of 32 is none other than the man who closes out this show, Cheats Fan.
It's Cheats Fan. Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches. It's Cheats Fan. I'm just going to rub my hands together all day. It's Cheats Fan. There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch. Let's hear it for Cheats Fan. Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill. I called it, and Weed is good people. Good luck, Weed.
Cheats Fan, are you concerned that Weed the People will take the momentum from today's victory and give you a real run for your money in the round of 32?
He's gonna give me a real run for money. He's a king at editing skills, so it is what it is. I'm just happy to make it out of the first round. Each round I make it through, I'm happy.
Weed the People has commented for the first time since his victory. He says, "Let's go, baby."
Yo, Weed, if you want to come in and talk for a bit, I'll talk with you too, if that's okay with Jake.
Yeah, I'll just leave.
But Jake, I just wanted to come on and say thank you for running this. Thank everyone for voting for Weed the People. Weed, if you beat me next round, I got your back, fam. Like, you're good peeps. You always make me laugh with your edits. There's times when I'm down, you and Gator, people who know how to edit stuff, make the world go round. People who make memes make the world go round. Laughter is always the best medicine. Never forget that, people. Laughter will always be the best medicine. You could be very depressed one day and find something to laugh at, and then that'll change your whole entire mood.
Chiefs fan, thank you for the time.
It's Chiefs fan. Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches. It's Chiefs fan. I'm just going to rub my hands together all day. It's Chiefs fan. There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch. Let's hear it for Chiefs fan. Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
What a matchup. What a show. Indy Jet says, hit the damn like. Appreciate that. Rob from Glenhead has commented. He congratulates Weed on the victory. So Rob taking the classy route, as you knew he would. All right. That's a show, everyone. Thank you, everyone. What a final show before this raffle tomorrow morning. Targeting the 10 a.m. hour for that, but time subject to change, but it will be on the first show tomorrow. Martin helmet, Revis helmet, Maynard helmet, Namath helmet, Mawai helmet. So get set for that. I'm looking forward to that. And then I will immediately then tell you guys the Sack Exchange theme, some of the items I got to give away for the following raffles. We continue our weekly raffles on the show. Again, thank you all. If you want to look ahead to the two matchups tomorrow in the Hood region, I can tell you right now, the two matchups tomorrow are Nate versus Yeti in the morning and Peter Castro versus Raven in the afternoon. So those are the two on deck for the tournament tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to all the calls, super chats, gifted memberships. I would not be able to do this full time without the super chats and the memberships. I would have to get a real full-time radio job by now, and I don't want to do that because this is way more fun. And I like what I do part-time for ESPN and Sirius. You guys are the best. Go Jets, everyone. We're back tomorrow. Again, congrats to Weed on the win. And I will play you guys out with a message from JJ and his campaign team.
For those of you who didn't know, a few months back, I had announced my retirement from the Big Asman show. But after today's victory, I have a huge announcement to make. The people, the fans have spoken. I'm coming out of retirement.
The great
I'm back. Big fella, I'll see you in the next round. May the best man win.
He's back! January 2003, 41-0. Jets beat the Colts. What were your thoughts that day?
Yes.
Oh! Just kidding. We love you. Football's
He's a
family.
rough guy.
Yeah.
Rough gal.
Love it. Incredible. Peyton Manning's last game. A
That
loss
went
to the New York
upside down and
Jets.
hung upside
In
down.
Peyton's last game, you lost to the Jets. Blue just attacked me. Where's Ian Rappaport? I need to file a complaint with NFL security. Where's Rap Sheet? I need to learn how to file a complaint with security around here. Blue, you're sick. You're sick, Blue. All right? You'll hear from my lawyers, Rappaport style. That was assault. Oh, here. Where's Goodell? Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh!